one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums. This is a special
Welcome to another edition of the Adam Dunn Show. I'm your host, Adam Dunn.
I'm Dave Charnick.
I'm Stacy.
Your mic's
Oh, you're supposed to be. Who am I supposed to
juice
be?
box.
A juice box box?
There you go.
But is that what I want to go by?
I don't know.
I ask myself that
You
all
have
the
one
time.
chance right now. Whatever you go with
This is
sticks
it.
with you forever.
Yeah, never change.
Well, it was
No
my
pressure.
AOL Instant Messenger screen name, so I've had it since the
Wow.
7th grade.
And you called
Yeah.
me a boomer, and you had an AOL account.
I did.
That is the
Yeah, but she was a
definition of a
child
boomer.
when it came out.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
matter.
AIM
You
was
were
great. You
old
could
and
send music
decrepit
files.
already. You were like, oh, how do you use these things? AOL.
I was 30.
That's decrepit.
Well,
In
yeah,
the
we
world of-
already know there's quite a gap between us.
So
But that's
we
what makes
have-
it fun.
We have a full episode. Never know. You never know. It goes from nothing to a full over, like in a heartbeat.
You know, it's funny that you would actually say that knowing that Matt just texted confirming.
Yeah.
Whoever does that with us?
I know. We have a confirmation from our first guest.
We have a confirmation. Matt Riddle will definitely be on in, he said 18 minutes,
That was
3 minutes ago.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Woohoo.
We slid right in here. And against all odds, I made it down here through the traffic and heat.
Should I show the photo that you sent of all the red traffic going? It's going to be a little.
That's a Patreon
It
special.
was looking bad. It was looking bad. But somehow it opened. It was like one of those classic moments where you're going down the highway and you're like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And nothing's going on. But everybody's like, it magically all of a sudden can go again. You're like, really? All that for nothing? Like,
You know, there's a
I want to
book.
see at least a flipped over car. or
Just
something.
how does that occur? And when did Denver balloon so much?
It is called The Physics of Traffic.
Oh,
And
okay.
God,
it's a
don't get
book.
Dave going on
And
physics.
all you need do is understand that it takes one shitbag on the brakes in the left lane to cause.
Dave is saying this from experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Said
that it's
shitbag.
happened to
Clearly,
me. It wasn't
clearly.
me.
Said shitbag, Dave.
And so
cruising
this-
along, tapping on his brakes every 5 seconds.
My computer
Creaming
does
his-
the car.
Doing his schmear on his bagel while he's driving. You know,
Adam.
I know.
I mean,
weird stuff.
yeah.
What are the
Anyway,
taboos?
let
Do
me-
we
let me-
talk
let-
about me making
no.
a bagel in the car? No, never.
Besides,
I burnt a bagel today.
Besides Matt Riddle from Brit Floyd, who will be coming back on the show. We have a lot of coming backs on the show, and we have a couple of new never been on the shows. How's that for?
We haven't never been?
We have two never beens.
No way.
Yeah, two never beens. Well, actually, one of the never beens is a big fan. Been listening to the show for I think he even said 12 years or something. So
No
I don't
shit.
know if that's true or not. Maybe not.
We'll have to find out how
A
he
long
feels
time.
about
No,
Mitch.
actually, I'm wrong. He's been growing for 12 years. So,
Okay.
but he's been obviously was inspired by the show. I'd imagine.
I think it is necessary that any
and those are all the winners from the Kush and Sour competition last week with OMG events. And so we have, and Vinny's leaving now, but he would have loved the name of the farm. It's Fubar Organics. So it would have been. That's Vinny all the way. So Max from Fubar is going to be coming on later,
Okay.
and we have Dr. Herb Schmeckel. I think he sounds like.
Did you just say penis?
I think it's Schmeckel. Maybe it's a Schmeagel.
No, it's not Schmeckel. Schmeckel is penis.
I just said
in
that for
Yiddish.
you. I said that for you.
Is it really?
Yes.
Of course. Look at
Oh,
his face.
I
He's
didn't
all
know.
red. Look how red he turned.
I mean, men and their
He's
penises.
trying to like.
What are you talking about? I'm rolling a joint. I'm not turning red because he said penis and there's a woman on set.
Oh, no.
No, don't do that.
Oh, no.
Don't do that.
The human body.
Shh. Don't say anything. All right, so we have somebody who's not been on the show.
And then we have Shiloh Massive, who's also been on the show.
Oh, yes.
And Shiloh is
That's a
always
lot of
great.
people.
I know, right? We'll see.
Yeah.
And last night I had nobody. Oh, Schmengi, sorry, not Schmeck.
And I just showed up,
Schmengi.
too.
It's close though. Dr. Herb Schmengi.
It's nothing like Schmeckel.
Well, it could be. Could be close.
No, it couldn't.
I'm
Only
sure.
in your head.
I'm sure he had a good laugh.
Is he listening right now?
Of course.
Okay.
He's driving right now, listening, slamming on the fucking steering wheel. He called me Schmeck. Ah! Yeah.
You didn't call him Schmiegel.
I was thinking Schmiegel.
You
but
called
it's
him Yiddish penis.
Dr. Herb Schmengi. Well, when you call yourself Dr. Herb Schmengi, you're getting close to the territory.
I'm pretty sure with the name, you said it was Herb Schmengi?
Yeah.
He's well aware of Yiddish.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Okay.
No, 100%.
I'm pretty sure.
Which is funny
I'm
because
not well aware.
You're like the female version of me that doesn't know things.
Yeah.
What you don't know, you just don't know.
Well, that's why I'm here. Comedic value. Right?
Well,
Oh, darn.
Well, the reason. So the reason that Shiloh came onto my radar yesterday was that I posted. I sent him a link to the Great Moments in Weed History episode, which was pretty good.
that I reshared. Adam Dunn,
did
for
you?
all
It was
of
pretty
you
good.
out
It
there,
was pretty
check
good.
my Instagram account.
Good job on that.
Great Moments in Weed History featuring Adam Dunn.
Oh, jeez.
And would you
I only
listen
got
to it?
half
Tell
of
me if it
mine.
was any good.
I only got
haven't
half
listened.
of everything. Half of it's on the floor.
Ooh, now
So
we're talking.
there was a lot more stories, as you can imagine.
Wait, I just got very confused for a second.
Yeah,
There
he
was
can
a
do it
sound
from
effect.
anywhere. He can do it from anywhere. He's cruising around. He's got. Anyway, so I sent him that, and he said, in this group chat that we were in, because there was a little group chat thing, I just put it in the group chat, and he said that he thought I was the coolest guy he ever met when he was back in the day. And I was like, dude, you're coming on the show.
We're calling this seat the Shiloh Massive seat right now.
You're coming on
Is
the show.
that just how you make friends, Adam? Just be like you're coming on the show?
No, I've known this guy forever. The thing is, it's funny, is that Shiloh is now, he's all swolled up and he's fucking tatted up and everything. But when he first came to Amsterdam, he was just this little kid, little skinny guy kind of coming through, hanging out with Eddie Lepp and all these really big time growers. So he came through, got to see and at that point in time, we had our store. We were kind of killing it at the time. And we were doing everything that people are doing now.
He sounds like a good friend.
Yeah, and when
Yeah.
Adam, just to
and he lived,
qualify,
and he lived up in
Yeah.
Willits, which is pretty much like epicenter of cannabis fucking debauchery. If you really want to go back into the time, that's like if you drove past the hotel at the right time of year, or the motel really, at the right time of year,
Trim
every
parties.
single plate was out of stater. They were all in there with money machines, counting cash.
What are we
doing-
talking about again?
weed.
Oh,
It's
well,
called cannabis,
well, okay.
That's what the show's
Oh
about.
my God. Well, I know that's
you
what
know-
the show's about. I'd like to do some.
If I don't say what it's about, it's probably about weed.
Can we
Okay.
break the fourth
Yeah,
wall
okay,
for a
that, I
second?
mean,
If it's a
okay, thank
random
you.
thing.
But I
Mr.
needed
X,
that
we
one.
need a lighter.
Oh no. Do we?
We need a lighter.
I don't have one.
Calling all
We're like-
fans,
this is
calling
like- Yeah.
anybody.
Dave is so needy. Do you ever notice this? Like, comes on the show and all it is need.
We-
need.
Demand.
So the-
Needy.
Are you
motherfucker.
demanding?
That's it. We're done. We're done, dude.
Didn't you just tell me that if you don't ask, you don't get anything?
Yeah.
Right. So I need a lighter.
well,
We
we-
need a lighter.
Okay, we actually do
In
need
order-
a lighter. Thank
I,
you.
I have a lot of power, but I don't have the power of ignition to make the.
Fire.
the-
You don't
yeah,
want to Bear Grylls it. Flint.
I don't believe that guy. Well, Flint, that's just science.
You don't believe that guy?
That guy's it's a little filmed. I could never do it, but it's a little.
I-
Oh, that's all fake. What are you
I
talking
was
about?
I was
Bear?
forced to do that.
Yeah,
as
ask
a
Adam.
teenager.
Adam has a conspiracy theory about
No,
everybody
that's
who's on
super fake.
television.
It's like they.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
Like,
because
oh, it's freezing out in there. They, all
Name
right,
a person
cut.
on
And then
television.
they're
He
like,
has a conspiracy
give
theory about them.
give
Go
a
ahead.
I mean,
blanket.
it's very easy to come up with conspiracy theories that are
He's
actually
like eating
pretty
Lunchables
close
out there. Or something.
to accurate.
He's the one that totally broke my whole. I used to think those Alaskan shows where like they lived in the bush and there was the whole family.
You would
I used
like
to think
Alaskan.
They were,
you
I thought
would
they were real.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "What do you mean they live in a hotel?"
Do you
course.
believe in the Yeti?
Interesting.
Do you think me believing in the Yeti has anything to do with the fact that a family could live in the bush in Alaska? The two totally different polar extremes. You like that, pun?
Willie?
With the polar?
I don't know. My memory just like jumped to what was that documentary where the guy went out and lived with the bears?
Evil has entered the room.
Yay. Okay.
Come on, evil.
One.
With a light in my eyes, dude. I was like looking at. It was like being in a stadium.
It
or
is
something.
hard to just look at the light.
Look at the light.
Yeah.
So, anyways, back to Willits.
Yeah.
It was definitely the one spot where half the people were growing weed. So you can imagine right now it's like it's destitute. Like the whole area is so fucked because it used to be like people had everybody had a nice car. Everybody had they took their couple vacations a year. Everybody had like something. So they're making $250,000 out the backyard. Everybody, but now nobody's doing that. They closed. cut that shit. Basically, legalization ruined all the best places that used to thrive off of cannabis.
And not to tangent or anything, but we should probably put a pin in that one because that's a great discussion to have. I don't think we've ever.
We're gonna have Shiloh on the show. We can talk all about it.
I would love because there are
Yeah.
probably a massive amount of communities.
Oh, massive! Look at
out
that. I
there.
know. I see what you did there.
That might be lacking income now.
Oh, it's.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it was. It was like one of these like Tyler Oliveira shows or something like that. One of these YouTuber guys, and he went up to like Murder Mountain where everybody watched. The documentary came out about, and it was pretty interesting because it was like you could see where, like 3 people are left in this one area that used to be like booming. You know what I mean? And then the guy comes up, and like 2 guys are cool. 1 guy's a total douche. He like, get the hell out of here. Like it's turned so sour over the years of sour. It's sour.
Aha! Look where.
We're just throwing.
Oh
out
my
here.
gosh, I am like lost again.
Oh gosh.
Are we still in Alaska?
No, we're in
in
Willits,
California.
We're near not Willits. No, we're near
Emerald Triangle.
We're in
Okay.
the Emerald Triangle.
Okay, cool.
With the origin of cannabis, the epicenter of the California Canna Revolution, the places where I heard terms like black box cannabis in 1983. And you wonder,
And what was that?
what is black box
Yeah.
cannabis, you were going to ask.
Yes.
That was the early light deprivation. That
We-
was what they did to change the light cycle so that they can have an early harvest so they can catch the people
Oh,
who
really?
needed to buy grass right away. And it was grass back then. So don't try to change it.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fair. We were talking
Like
about
that's
this
big in
earlier.
Oklahoma.
The
It's big in
Thailand.
Oklahoma too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they probably just use like an opaque hefty bag
No,
now.
they use Chinese fucking slaves. What are you talking about? That's
to stand over it and create
tens of thousands of Chinese slaves hiding
to
in the
block
woods.
the sun.
No, they were. Exactly. You stand
Oh,
up.
Adam.
Everybody stand up for 12 hours, hold down
Oh,
the sun,
God.
and then let it back down.
Oh my
That
god.
can't, can't
I'm
be OSHA.
Still fucking
Super
lost.
So we're talking about
That's
light
why we have you
deprivation.
here.
So light
Yes.
deprivation is you cover the plants with.
Talk to me like I'm a kindergartner.
This is
I
so
will.
great that there's somebody here who knows less
So
than I do.
Yes.
So to flower your plants, you need 12
Okay.
hours of darkness, which is
Yes.
the most important part. Because people always think about I need more light. But light is only good for 12 if you want to flower for 12 hours. After that, it's detrimental to the flowering because the plants think it's middle of the summertime.
Yeah.
So you got to fool them early in the year by covering them up for 12 hours.
Okay.
And so what you do is you go out, you pull the tents, you pull the tarps over it,
Okay.
and then like on a simple say if you had one plant, and you were just like, I want to do this with one plant. You take a trash can, you flip it out over on top of your plant at night earlier, so when it's still light
Yeah.
out. And then once it gets dark, you can take it off again, so that in the morning it can go back on its natural cycle.
Okay,
So
yeah.
you basically try to work
And-
with the natural start time, and you try to stop the later time.
And then what was the reference, the context? What was the joke?
Who the hell knows?
Yeah, I don't see. This is the problem.
You got to keep up.
You gotta-
I know.
it's
I
too
gotta
fu-
learn
too-
your terminology.
We were
better.
talking about
I will.
Northern California, the Emerald Triangle, and I interjected with, and that's where I first heard about the term
yeah, there you go.
black box cannabis back in
There we go.
1983.
We did it. We did it. We did.
1983,
That's actually
I'll
very rare
remember
on this
that.
show that we'll ever go with a callback and get there.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
okay.
really, like make
I'm
it
glad
work.
we rounded it out. At least I did something
Yeah,
today.
there you go. You
Yeah.
did something.
I did something.
You did something.
Can I have some of that?
Yeah.
It's
Oh, there
working
he
its
is.
way towards you.
I want some.
Oh, you danger,
I'm getting
Will Robinson.
impatient. Sorry.
Here,
Thank you.
here you go. Hey, stop barking.
More
Studio
evil-
dog.
More evil.
Studio
in the room. More evil
Hey.
people have showed up. That's the problem.
Stop it.
They look super evil.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
He's okay. He just looks scary.
Speaking of dangerous, I watched this really weird movie with Josh Hartnett called Trap. I don't know. He was some like 40 Days, 40 Night actor from like the early 2000s. And it was fucking weird.
40-year-old virgin is all I can think of when you said 40. And then I looked at Dave.
I have 3 children.
I'm sorry, you were a teenage girl at
How
that
do we
time?
know? How do we know?
How do we know they're mine?
Yeah, because they got bright red hair, most of them.
Pretty
That
much.
helps. That's usually
you
a good
know.
indicator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I just had zero idea you were a redhead. I'm always shocked when I like learn
personality
man
is
something
with
to
white
you.
hair.
Look at the eyebrows.
Missy. Normally, I have to date a woman 3 or 4 times before she insults me like that. Okay, so you're just totally jumping to the insulting phase.
You know,
Okay,
Oh, I'm just being honest.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, I told you earlier, I was a redhead until I met Adam. Okay? If you go back to the early shows
I
I was
know
on,
if I go
I
click,
had
click,
red hair.
click, I can go find that memory.
Oh, it's actually-
Matt should be
But
that
joining
takes
us.
effort,
As
right?
you go back, it
second.
gets longer and longer, and then it's this big
Like a
curly
mullet?
mop.
Yeah.
It was really curly.
Curly comb over. He had a comb over when he
I've
first
never had a
started.
comb over.
Aha.
Wish you were here. Ah, bum. And he appears. Look at that.
There we go. Thank you.
Guys,
Welcome to the show. Matt Riddle, keyboardist extraordinaire from Brit Floyd, coming to Red Rocks in just a few weeks. Is it sold out yet? Because I know it will sell out.
oh yeah, it's sold out.
It totally sold out hard. Will you turn your cell
It's sold
phone?
out. I think it sells out the first week it goes on sale.
That's awesome.
That's got to feel fucking great.
Yeah, it does.
Is that? I was thinking about that. You know, we think to ourselves as fans sitting watching you perform, like we want to go like, oh, that must be so awesome, but we as muggles really can't appreciate what it must feel like to get 9,000 people at Red Rocks completely off their rocker. It's
actually just over 10,000. I think it's 10,500.
I was about to say it's more than 9.
I didn't want to shave an inch off there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000's a lot of people.
It's actually 10,162 to be.
Yeah, well, if you include the people in Backstage, it's 10,300, okay? We have a very large following.
Well, and I just hear they've been inviting like 400 more people.
Well, I just think
That's what I was trying to say about Skrillex. They had an oversold problem. So good luck. It's going to be so fun. Lots of packed people and happy faces for you.
so.
Oh yeah, it's such a magical place anyway. That place has its own vibe. Everybody feels it. We feel it on stage. The people in the audience feel it. And then, you add to that the wonderful music of Pink Floyd that we'll be bringing. And
That's a vibe.
It's a fantastic night, I have to say. I love it as much as the audience does.
I love the fact, too, that you not only are creating your own thing, but you truly get to capitalize on what Pink Floyd did for 3 decades in the music industry. And that they're fans there probably in their 70s and teenagers, and even younger. There's everything in between, and there's probably no extreme to the people that you're going to touch with this performance.
I feel like it's all ages.
It is all
Yeah,
ages.
like
Yeah.
universal.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, the original fan base is aging now, 60s and older. But,
I'd say older.
I have to say that it translates to all ages. The messages are timeless. The music is beautiful. What's not to like?
Yeah, well, and you're singing to people who played their records to their kids, that music. And I probably said this the last time you were on the show. I saw a lot of bands, but I never got to see Pink Floyd. But I felt like when we came to see you last year that I got to see the closest thing that could be Pink Floyd. So I really appreciate that.
Especially the
Well,
the
I
Breathe one
appreciate you
that was-
saying that. I mean, if you can't see Roger or Dave or Nick, then, I think that what we do is probably the best you can get. We try to bring the whole experience with music, the light show. We have a wonderful lighting director named Mark Jacobson, who also is the lighting director for Tool, by the way.
Oh, wow.
And he puts on the best light show you can imagine. We also have Tyler LaDent bringing lasers. And the laser show this year is stunning. And I have to say, the way it marries up with the Wish You Were Here album, which is my favorite record, is just something you won't forget, believe me.
That you painted a really nice visual
Yeah, you
there.
did.
Yeah.
Well, so much so that I want to ask, like, if all of a sudden, right, the phone call came and it was, Gilmore or Waters, and they said, we're getting back together and we're going to play a show and we'd really like you to join us. I mean, does that ever cross your mind and go, it could happen?
Oh, absolutely it does. And if they did call for any reason, naturally I would do it.
Of course.
Yeah. Of course you would. Why wouldn't you?
I'll also say this, that recently we've had Roger's son, Harry Waters, on tour with us. He did 29 shows with us this year.
Damn.
And he's an excellent Hammond player. He's been sitting alongside me on stage, and we've had a great time playing together. And I can just tell you this much. He loves our show. He enjoys playing with us. And the report has gone back to his dad, and I think we are doing quite well.
That's the best way. That's the
We got to geek out for a second. Hold on.
That's the angle.
So Adam and I, he's been doing the show 12 years, okay? I joined maybe 6.5 years ago. And at my first show, I remember thinking, I'm going to have notes. I'm going to have cue card, whatever it is. And then you just sit down with him for 5 minutes and it's gone. But lately, when we have a guest that is substantial, like yourself, I do want to be prepared. I don't know every backstory of your life and what's going on. And I want to give, honor to our conversation.
I'm not sure I know either. So if you know something I don't know, please let me know.
Well, interesting, because we both each have our own notes. And right when you were telling that story about Roger Waters' kid with you, he's pointing to me at his notes going, oh, and by the way, it looks like word has actually gotten back to Roger Waters, how fantastic and, how you're channeling their energy from days past.
Yeah, and I have to say that it's really gratifying to have someone like Harry report back to his dad with glowing compliments. And, he said to me personally, he goes, I know how this music is supposed to sound. I grew up with it. He had been on tour with his dad for years playing this music, and he's just so complimentary to our approach, our sound, our respect for them and their music, and the whole Pink Floyd vibe. So it's super gratifying.
So I was looking on some keyboard chats or something like that, and I found this guy, Jim Alfredson, who basically...
Oh, yes, I know Jim. He's from Michigan.
Yeah, exactly. And he was because he was, I guess, going in as a backup for you in case anything happened. He said he did something.
Yeah, he did. He came and auditioned to be my dep in case I had to step out for some reason.
Yep.
And he did a great job. He would have been great, but I've never missed a show.
That's good. That's good to hear.
In 8 years, I've never missed one show. I've never been late for sound check. I have a perfect record with this band, and I intend to keep it.
Oh my God!
Someone's getting a gold star. Somebody's getting a gold star today.
But I
Mark,
want to know.
hold on, wait. Mark is not here tonight. Yeah. And Mark is our sound engineer guy. He would say that if he had to pick one
for
thing,
sound check, are you kidding?
Yeah, if he had to pick one thing about me he doesn't like, is that since I joined the show, we have never missed a Friday, not ever, every time. Okay, and so I appreciate what you're doing.
That was on accident.
Vin,
but I also got it makes me laugh.
Do you understand? That means that's a success for Vinny right there. You translated that little thing. Do you know how many people were taking sips of their Dr. Pepper at home and spitting all over their computer screen?
To be honest, I've been sick, like sinusy.
Oh, and we're sharing a joint.
Oh, hey.
No, I mean,
We're using a Yo
okay,
tip.
I was sick like 5 days ago. It's gone, okay? I'm not contagious, I promise. But I wanted to ask, how many shows for your perfect record?
Well, let's see. In 8 years, it would be over 1,000. Probably about 1,500 shows.
That's impressive. Yeah, and never missed one?
It's not very rock and roll of you,
yeah,
actually.
yeah,
I think he should have had at least one or two incidences where he's like, he's
all fucked up. Call in the rookie.
Yeah,
we need the lefty.
He got 6 supermodels last night.
Bring him in.
It's called balance.
One time, Ryan, our percussionist and saxophonist, and also he does a little bit of secondary keyboard parts. Him and I got bombed on margaritas one time, and I'm pretty sure I was drunk for a week.
You don't say.
And I still never missed a show. As a matter of fact,
Amazing.
I didn't make any mistakes. I had my most perfect run during that time.
You're like, margaritas might be the key.
You're
to the
like-
whole
You know,
thing. There you go.
I do hear that alcohol has that effect on some people. My dad had the best swim meet of his life, like after getting drunk at college. So
Well, I can't say I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was difficult. I don't recommend it, and I wouldn't do it again. But that actually did happen.
I'm forgetting his name, and I know it's horrible that I'm a poker player and I forget his name, but there was a famous poker player. He did a whole bunch of cocaine. He died. but he was the
Narrowed it down
greatest
to-
ever. The greatest ever. And they would think that he had fallen asleep at the table, like about to snore, like he's so drunk. And somebody would shove all in, and he'd be like, oh, call. And he's got the complete nuts. He's always there, no matter how fucked up he appeared. He always showed up to play that hand. So
Drugs are great.
I mean,
There you go,
passion.
Vinny.
It's passion. You gotta show up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what I have to say, when I was a kid growing up, the first Pink Floyd I heard was Dark Side of the Moon. Absolutely fell in love with it. It blew my mind. And as I continued to hear other Pink Floyd music and realized how perfectly it went with some nice bud, I realized at that moment that was like a match made in heaven right there.
Yeah.
And I also have to admit that when I'm playing the show, because of a lifetime of doing that, I have to remind myself not to zone out, because that's naturally what you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, music and weed just go hand in hand.
It's the
Yeah, it's
cheapest
the
drug
best.
there is.
And if your travel schedule permits, we'd love to give you a tour of a garden when you guys are in town. You let me know.
I would love that as well.
Yeah.
I have to take a close look at what our schedule is for that day and see if it's even possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it is, then for sure.
So I want to say
you go.
I might be in love with, is it
Testing the
Ava,
waters.
the singer?
Oh, Eva, yes.
Hey, Paulie, stop.
Yeah, she sings great gig for us every night, and she, of course, smashes it.
Maybe come over and let him say hello, or she's just going to keep barking, which wouldn't be good.
Denver's a dog city.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're everywhere.
Sorry, it's not a studio unless you have a dog, and I've been trying
He
to
asked
bring
me
my
to-
dog for
Yeah.
the last few weeks, and she's been.
You're smoking reefers?
He wanted me to bring my dog, and I was like, no thanks.
There we go.
There we go.
We're
Now
having a
they're
moment.
sniffing.
We're having a moment right now.
They're
Can't you
sniffing.
smell it?
So is this your first Red Rock show?
No.
No?
Like 10, 15 years, maybe.
Let's see.
8.
Fail.
Big fail all
big
around.
fail.
All around.
We have played there 12 years in a row. This will be number 13, and it's sold out every time.
That's so
And no, I got your
incredible.
text, Matt. We're getting rid of her right after the show for that asking that
Wow.
question. Don't you worry. I got you.
I
It's
can't
okay.
know everything. Like,
Yeah.
how would I know that? But
I'm in big
that's
fucking
so
trouble,
epic.
man. I'm coming to your house.
There's a lot of Red Rock shows, okay?
Oh, Dave.
I can't
You
keep
know,
up with
that's
their
a fact.
entire schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you're doing "Wish You Were Here" straight through.
We are. We're featuring the Wish You Were Here album all the way through, as well as a bunch of other stuff. So there's something for everybody. And I have to say that out of all the shows that I've seen Brit
take her
Floyd
out of
do
here?
before I was in it, and all the shows that I've been a part of over the last 8 years, this is by far our best show.
She won't bark.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
sorry.
Oh, you're
What can I
kicking out
do?
our guests now because your dog is out of control?
That's your dog, dude.
That's your dog.
You control the dog.
Yeah, she's
You're-
not going to do
you're-
that
Yeah.
with the other dog
you-
in the room.
You're the dog
you're-
owner.
So
You're the
you're saying you
host.
want me to go, Vinny? I'll leave. Don't be
I'm
stupid.
just saying you need to
Don't
train
be
your
stupid.
dog.
Well,
And on the show, that's the
Yeah.
time to train it. Come on.
we could work on this.
Yeah, see that?
There you go.
You got Mr. X take care of your dog for you.
The dog's gone.
You're in charge. You just go, and then they
Yeah,
go,
you say sit.
That's what I was doing.
I have to train you to train the dog. That's how it goes around here. So you're, I think, what is on a Thursday, right?
That was
Thursday.
a hot mess.
Thursday is the show at Red Rocks.
Yeah.
Friday is our show.
I know.
Saturday is Dude Grows Cup. Sunday is Hash Cup.
It's a busy weekend.
Yeah. And even Sage and Spirit, Baracco with Eaton, Cadlesic, Melvin Seals are going to be at Mishawaka Amphitheater. Do you?
Also.
Fun.
So if you don't pull out of town, they are playing there that
Actually,
Saturday
we
and Sunday.
will. We'll be leaving that night after the show.
Oh
so
yeah, any
we-
real band is out the door like
I
halfway.
know.
Okay, yeah, they're still playing. We're
I
gone.
was trying to be positive.
The bigger you are, the quicker you're out. You know, that's for sure.
Yeah. You got to rest.
What you got to?
Well,
you
we,
gotta be
we
on to
have
the
a tight
next.
schedule. We
Yeah.
play about 5 shows a week, and so we're constantly on the move.
And what do you do on your days off? Like when you're
Recuperate.
Yeah, you just like lay in bed.
Here's to
A lot of times,
all the
yes.
time.
Yeah. Do you watch a certain show to unwind?
I don't. I don't even turn my television on
That
when I'm on
makes sense.
tour.
Do you have certain cities that you guys always take an extra day in? Because it's like Amsterdam, when I lived there, that was always the good part is that most of the bands would be like, dude, we made sure we had one extra day there. You know, I was like, okay, that's cool. Because, you know, that was the one town that people usually stayed one more.
Yeah, we do occasionally have towns like that where we stay an extra day. But it doesn't always work out with scheduling because when you're trying to schedule a tour, if you're looking at 140 dates or so, you work with venues and promoters to see who has what available, and you do your best routing.
Yeah.
And then days off fall where they fall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen schedules where people are doing crazy shit where they're like East Coast, and then the next day they're on the West Coast, and then they're back because they're just, like they had such tight, weird
Well,
schedules.
planning it too.
Yeah.
There's always somebody thinking about how expensive it is. If you are not on the road earning, how much does it cost?
Plus, you guys
to
have
keep?
a huge setup compared to some, it's like a DJ coming
Yeah,
in
how
with
many
a
is-
USB stick, like,
Yep.
click, and we're good.
Matt, how big is the crew and the band? I mean, these days, what are you traveling with?
We have 9 people in the band, and we have a dozen people on the crew, but every day that is supported by local crew that shows up to help load and unload trucks and so on. So there's usually around 20, 24 people working to build the show and tear it down.
That is something.
As a matter of fact, if you like, I could take you right out onto the Brit Floyd stage.
Please,
Oh, we're on stage?
please,
Nice.
behind
I
the
can take
scenes.
you right out. People are coming into the theater for the show tonight, but I can walk out there.
Cool.
Tell them they're on the show.
Tell them they're live.
Yeah.
Hey,
They
sign-
might.
You have to sign a waiver now. Every one of you. Sign.
Yeah.
Just say I'm on that. I'm done showing
You're on a weed show right now. You're on the big
Yeah, it's like almost famous.
Could you put us on PA and we'll just we won't be promoting or anything. We're just going to ask people to sign the waiver
sign the
for the
Well, I
Adam
can't get
Dunn.
you hooked up to the
That's
PA.
a lot to ask concert goers before they're going to have their faces melted.
I was trying to get our name put out
I
amongst all the people in
understand
there.
that.
Okay, here we go, guys.
I see stage lighting.
Hell
I see
yeah.
stage lighting.
Wow.
Look at it.
We is live. Wow, nice one.
Cool.
Wow.
Sweet.
It is no small production what you guys are doing. Damn.
I could smoke some weed and go to that show.
No, I don't think you can smoke inside. It would be a violation of the fire code.
Well, that's what this is
Oh.
for.
Lean.
Yeah, it looks like weed. That's what the dispensary girl
Say hi to
said.
Billy. He's our monitor engineer.
Nice, buddy.
Hey,
What's going on?
How you doing?
You're live.
what's up?
What channel are you running tonight?
Just remember our faces. We're the ones that will be bringing you weed.
Yeah,
This is Billy's desk right here.
That looks very nice.
very cool.
Vinny is jealous.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Billy.
That's just for the
It's
monitors.
better than yours?
That's just for the monitors.
Yeah.
So here's what we need, Matt. I need you to walk
This
right
is-
out onto the front of the stage and yell, "We're on the Adam Dunn Show."
This is the gorgeous Louisville Theater.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey,
Neat.
people.
That is
Similar-
really
similar size to the
gorgeous.
one we were at.
Maybe this is when I would drink this
Yeah.
entire bottle.
Don't drink that bottle. Wait, show the crowd again. That's amazing. Oh yeah, right
It's like
from
the
the kid.
Muppets.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do,
I
do.
could see it. Yeah.
So Matt, your view does not suck.
I see the old dudes.
This is where I sit right here.
You
Very
don't
nice.
say.
Oh, this is the spot.
That's
We're in the
very
spot. You got to do the hands on both sides keyboards though. Give the look.
Oh my gosh.
See it. Is it all plugged in when you stand there, though? That's
Are you,
the
are you
best part.
envisioning yourself there? Yeah.
Oh wait, put the QR code so we can sell some merch for you.
Yeah, the best part is though that that's all plugged up when he
Just
gets
went off the screen.
I'll have to. Thank you.
So everybody go head to the secondary market and buy some tickets for Brit Floyd at Red Rocks.
Scalpers.
Well, I mean, if you want to go, he said
This
it's
is our
sold.
drum tech, Yogi.
What's
Hey,
up,
Yogi.
Yogi?
Adam Dunn Show.
Hey.
Hi, Adam.
How you doing, bro?
buddy?
Good. Good luck
Just
tonight.
checking all
Yeah.
the shit, make sure nothing falls off during the show. I had the tom fall off, first time in a long time. This pet little fucker right here.
Oh God.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Thanks to Matt, I knew what was going on because I'm all the way stage left. So Matt's my hero.
Anytime, buddy.
I love this guy. Hey, don't you think he looks a little like Ronnie James Dio?
Yeah.
And that's a compliment.
It
Ronnie
is.
was an awesome dude.
He's got more hair.
met
He's got more
Ronnie.
hair, right? You gotta give him the hair.
All right, you guys have a good one. I gotta get to work.
Ronnie was bald. at like
We'll
20.
see you in Red Rocks.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, that
It's
was
very
fantastic.
lively there.
Who else
Here's
is there?
Lauren, our guitar tech.
Hey, Lauren.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Are you having a good night?
Awesome. We're having a great night. We love the Palace at Louisville. It's a really cool, funky area. Last year, I think you went and sat in, a couple years ago, you and one of the singers sat in one of the piano bars next door.
Yeah, we
jazz
did.
bars.
We did.
So you never know what's going to happen. Musicians from the theater might just show up and sit in on any,
Well, whoever's playing. you know?
they're just going to crash
that's
the
cool.
set, so you got to look out for that.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Hope you like
Very
barbecue.
cool.
I'll crash my set
No
anytime.
promises. No promises.
Time to start tuning a couple dozen guitars.
Here's a real quick peek at our set
Nice.
list.
Freeze frame.
Freeze frame. Freeze frame.
Anyway, we got to get Lauren back to work.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Here's some of the guitars we use.
No shit.
Probably can't see
Vinny,
them.
turn a light on. Vinny wants to see guitars. Holy shit.
To white.
Can you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm getting freeze framed.
Oh, here we go.
Oh man.
Oh, you just made Vinny's day.
That one right there, that 12 string.
Wait, show the whole 12
Guitar
string.
porn.
Wow.
Oh, look at how thin that is. Oh, that's very nice, Martin.
So how many in total?
A lot.
How many
lot.
guitars we get?
We have about 22 guitars, basses, and lap steels in the show.
Oh my
Wow.
God, that's really, really impressive.
It's a couple spares.
Yeah.
Couple spares.
Just
Oh,
That's awesome.
Well, when you leave them alone at night too long, they multiply. So then I come back and there's more guitars. So
Oh
you
my
can't-
gosh, how does that happen?
You got to keep them separated.
Yeah.
Nobody
Maybe
knows,
no.
especially the wives.
Yeah.
Damn, those damn electric guitars, they don't stop.
I mean, but
They're
that's
like
a good
rabbits.
problem.
that's the only person they'll trust to touch their guitars is a woman. That's funny.
Thanks, Lauren.
Yeah, don't touch my baby.
Don't touch the
Hands,
guitars.
please.
Oh, that was an awesome little view right there, man.
Yeah, that was
Appreciate that very much.
Do you have like a pre-show ritual?
Yeah, it involves getting dressed and drinking some coffee so I don't fall asleep.
Yeah, that's fair.
Those two things help.
Like I said,
It's good to be dressed
my
when you're on the
brain is
show
already
and
trained.
awake.
To zone out when I hear this music, so I can't let that happen.
You need to be
Yeah.
sponsored by Ozo.
Well, I was just about to say I've started to feel my age finally, but I did it. I'm reading a room.
Jeez, look at you, like the youngest in the
I
room.
want to just help you understand something.
But it's hard.
Her age begins with a 3.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not
Okay.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's nothing
Hey,
even.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I
got a
have
lighter?
been a music lover forever, and just this year, I finally really started feeling it in my body, and
She
I'm like,
realized
I can't go on like this.
She finally realized that music has lyrics.
I listen to a lot of music with lyrics. Thank you.
Matt, we're going to.
Yeah.
Well, I can sympathize with you. I remember the day I turned 30, I woke up with a pain in my back. I'm like, what is this? I've never felt this before.
Yep.
And it never went away.
Yep. And that keeps growing, like, in my body as I get older. It's really fun to get old.
I just refuse to
Yeah.
acknowledge any of it.
Yeah, and that's why I agree on the coffee part.
It's Peter Pan all day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and you also have to balance out a little exercise. You got to stay active and combat that.
Yeah, if you stay super busy, you don't pay attention to the pain anymore. It's
called
like,
10,000
God,
That's
steps.
exactly right. And when we're on tour, our tour is relentless.
Yeah.
5 shows a week. We're out for months at a time. And it's always something going on. It's just constantly on the go. So we do stay busy. We stay active. And I don't have time to sit around and feel the pain. So,
Yeah. And so, do you have any after show ritual then?
Uh-oh, this is,
Oh,
yeah,
this is where it gets-
absolutely.
Yeah, I want to know.
Very
Yeah. At bed?
It's a family show.
First thing I
Family
do
show.
is go to the after show and have a glass of wine, which I enjoy red wine quite a bit. I may or may not have a slice of pizza, usually not. A little bit of herb, and then straight to bed.
That sounds actually quite nice.
I'm pretty sure we're going to take care of sending you on your way with a whole bunch of urban coffee. So
Yeah.
we can satisfy
Possibly
those
pizza, you never know.
and possibly some,
Appreciate it, guys. You're the best.
some mushrooms.
Whoa.
Nice.
Pizza,
Oh.
mushroom pizza, he said.
Yes,
What?
mushroom pizza.
Mushrooms and
I
sausage.
heard what he
Yeah.
said.
Why? It's legal to give away psilocybin under the Natural Medicine Health Act.
On pizza?
Domino's
Yes.
is doing
Yeah,
it
okay.
tomorrow.
Domino's is selling psilocybin
Yeah,
pizza.
they got it.
That'd be awesome.
Nice.
That would be something.
That'd be amazing.
I would buy it.
I would buy it just to
Yeah.
say I did once.
Well, great, some corporate mushroom pizza. I'd be like,
Yeah.
Oh, Adam, it's all
Fucking-
going
it'd be
fucking
the worst
corporate.
trip ever. You'd be like, while you're eating it, you'd be like,
Corporate
this
mushrooms.
this is all corporate, dude. We're paying the man now. You would get so
Right in the middle of your trip, a
be the
disclaimer would
worst.
come up. We at Domino's should want to make sure that you understand.
I would feel
you
mind
don't trip
control
too hard.
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat our pizza, breadsticks.
Yeah, there's something. I don't think that connection
That-
does not make
that
me.
really
This is what
could
Matt
occur.
thought he was going to talk about with
Yeah,
us.
let
He
us
knows,
know if you
Matt
get
knows to go.
psychedelic mushroom
He knows to
pizza.
go off the rails on
Yeah.
the show. He's already.
Let us know if you want to sneak off for some barbecue. I don't know if I can feed the whole crew, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I was going to say. I was going to bring this up just actually off the air with you. I don't know what your rider is for the night if Red Rocks is providing catering, but
Yeah,
if-
we always have catering there.
next time you're in town, you guys should be buying Vinny's barbecue, or at least come on by to have some barbecue. You look, he makes amazing barbecue. Okay,
That
amazing
sounds
barbecue.
And I will say this. Red Rocks is such a special and magical place. We love the venue. They take good care of us. But the catering is just kind of okay.
Yeah, I know. I was at a show at Red Rocks.
I get really excited
In
and you go
November,
down there and
the-
you're like, meh.
Yeah, there was some problems.
It was okay.
Yeah,
but
there was no beer, and I had to go grab the beer for the group.
But it is like a James Bond.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're in a James Bond movie with the walls are all rocks and weirdness and like.
Yeah, it is like that.
And
even in the
they're
dressing
Evil,
rooms,
evil,
they're
evil,
like that.
evil villain's lair or something. Vibe.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
you're in there, you're like,
it's cool.
This is dope.
Yeah, I mean, it's Red Rocks.
so it
and
adds-
the view from the stage is really neat.
And I agree with you
It's the
about
best
the catering
view,
there,
yeah.
and they are a bit draconian with the tickets too. It's almost like they just, you don't have a ticket, you're not eating dinner.
Emotional damage.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's the way it is there. It's just
No, it's the German lady
Yeah.
that guards the way up to the sound.
The way up?
That's the
That
funniest
door?
part because if you ever dealt with her, have you dealt with the German lady?
of course, but
Yeah.
it's Jimmy at the front door.
She's the
at back
best
door.
because you're like, if she's there, you know, it's going to be like, it's going to be 50-50 if you're going to even get it. Because you like, you know, you'll show your pass and then you try to bring somebody with you and she'll be like,
No.
Matt, do you know Jimmy at the back door? He's the first gatekeeper you see coming in. He's the greatest. I just wrote to him last night and said that I would be seeing him soon at Red Rocks. He's a good guy. Well, look, I know you only had a half an hour with us, and we're at 28 minutes. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Anybody out there, the only way to get tickets is from the secondary market for Brit Floyd at Red Rocks on the...
Yes, it is officially sold out. If you can somehow find one and get your way to the show, you won't be disappointed. I guarantee it'll be a night to remember.
Yeah, and when you play another venue that isn't sold out, then we'll show our weight in promotion. Vinny will, I'm sure, get 4 or 5 tickets just for his fans.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you very much. Thank you.
It was really
brother.
fun to talk to you.
always good.
Great talking to you guys as always. I'm available anytime.
Yeah, and make sure you just tell Ava what a great guy I am and everything like that, and that voice is just, oh my gosh.
I know.
Yeah. Wow.
We're all in love with it too.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you soon. Have a great day, brother.
Take care, brother.
Bye, guys.
Later, man.
Bye.
There we
Is
go.
up, 2,
Please, please,
3.
Yeah.
Third time.
We can tell how old you are.
Third time's a charm.
You know what? That actually reminded me of after my first global dance festival in 2007. There was a car at the church after party that it went back not 2, not 3 times, but 4. It backed up into like this pillar because it was so drunk, and it kept going forward, and then it kept going back.
Wow.
And my friends and I were all just like,
No one was driving the car?
yeah, we're just sitting there on drugs watching this car just like constantly.
So let me help you with something.
What?
Remember, you said you were on drugs?
Yeah.
Break it down to make
I
sure y'all
was
see
young
what I mean.
once.
Pay attention
Is
to
that
Vinny.
allowed?
No, but what I'm trying to say that the car doesn't drive itself.
What? What?
Yeah, I don't want to blow your whole mind. It requires a
You said
You
the car
lost
was
me.
going
What
back and forth.
Handle these nuts. Handle these nuts and walk
confused me in
away.
my own thing.
You
I was
said the
telling you
car
that
was going back and
So
forth.
there's someone in there as a
Yeah,
drunk
that's
driver.
what
but
Okay,
they were
there
so
we go.
fucked up,
Yeah,
and we're just sitting there
yes.
like, just one of those fucking moments where you're like, oh, this is a really bad fucked up.
Totally understand. Wasn't the story you were telling at first, but get it now. Yeah.
I'm glad I could
Yeah.
round that back out.
Well, we
At least we're helping each other out.
Well, I was
Dave-
trying to say it
Dave-
was good drugs.
Yeah,
Dave
I mean,
needs help.
it was a really good time. I think it was sassafras. Yeah.
I want to make root beer.
Do you even know what that is?
He was asking about this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was.
Dude,
Somebody
did you?
mentioned that
Did
to
you?
me.
I was like, yeah, sass. It's swag.
Oh,
I didn't know what it was. I asked. I
That's
could
what
have
they made root
Googled
beer
it.
out of.
Exactly. It was just root beer.
Yeah.
Like some concentrated root beer.
I get it.
Go eat some nutmeg if you want to get high.
No, thank you. What do you do with the nutmeg?
Where's the
Put it in
lighter?
banana peel and smoke it.
If you could get one
Can you
whole
do that?
nutmeg, like
People
grind
have.
it up and get that into your system
I
somehow.
wanna
you
see
will
all
be
these videos.
You'll be more than like it is.
Why would I
it
want to
is-
do that?
It is like a Datura type high.
Why would I? I enjoy cannabis.
Okay, you
That's
come
the
like
extent.
this,
No,
please.
yeah.
I like cannabis.
We got any more Zoom? Who's coming in next?
Well, we got Shiloh.
Massive.
Okay,
Mr. Massive will be coming in at some
Just in
point.
case.
I gave him the heads up that he can come in anytime. I said, it's all up to you, bro, whatever you want. So, we'll see.
Just
And
kinda
then-
like what I did today?
But what was lucky was, at first I thought he was on the spot. Like, now he's got to fill the whole rest of the show. But then all the things that I'd put out finally came back. As I said, by midnight I got to know so I can make the flyer, right? And I told us.
Yeah,
And then
I
of
know,
course
I
nothing
know.
happened at midnight. So I was like, it's Shiloh. Shiloh's on. He doesn't because he didn't even give me the full confirmation. He gave me that. Yeah, I could probably do that.
He gave you a probably maybe.
Probably maybe. And I was like, you're on. That's it. Boom. I just put it in there.
Sorry,
so,
put you in the card,
So it might be like one of our classic car interviews we get when it's like they're half in the interview and half driving, which I
Oh.
like those ones actually. I think those
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's what he did with us the last time, right?
well, that's what we usually do when we're having meetings
Well,
anyway. Because
people can concentrate when they're driving and talking.
well, you can hotbox too.
That's
that is
true.
He's usually
That's
hotboxing
very
when he's in
true.
like if he's in a car, he's probably hotboxing. But it's even
Yeah.
more fun to watch people hotbox while they're driving on the show.
What about in a car wash?
Car wash is
Yeah,
is
car wash
Bad
hotbox.
reception.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
No, the car wash, the one over here by, where is it? Off of Colorado on I-25.
Mm-hmm.
They have the most psychedelic colors ever in soap you've ever seen. Like you get
Maybe-
in there and it's like blue and red and everything, and it goes. Whoosh, whoosh, and you're like,
Maybe
dude, are you
we should
fucking
rent it
kidding
out.
me?"
Did
Like,
you
put
get your
you
car
guys
washed
there.
the night you ate that chocolate and tried to
No.
drive home? Is that
No,
what it was?
I did this with Nick one time. I went out with Nick one time, and I just was like, "Oh, let's go do the," because that's like a fun thing to do with your kid. Go through
Sure.
the car wash.
Go,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
But I was
mean,
like, this is the one you want to come back and just freaking get super blazed
Mm-hmm.
and do it because it was like it was coming down and it was like it was yellow, red, and blue, all three
Yeah.
colors of soap at once, and they were like, what is that? I was like, whoever made this knows that people are in here super high.
Well,
because
yeah.
otherwise you'd be like, dude, this is
It's the
why-
most discreet place,
What's
like when
the-
you're a teenager.
What's the singlet for
Except-
hotboxing
well-
in a car wash?
What's the what?
There's got to be like a one word, for hotboxing in a car wash.
I don't know.
Anybody?
Oh,
Tell
Vinny's
me.
the oldest guy here.
Ground
he should,
level
he
club?
Should know. He should know.
Instead of mile high,
mean,
they're just at ground level.
Here it doesn't really matter, but if you're in a place that, like when they remember back in the day when the car washes used to be like 50 guys working at them and
Sure,
stuff, so
sure.
it wasn't really the greatest place to go smoke weed unless you want to
I
get.
get
Oh,
it.
I did it all the time.
Well,
and
yeah,
I
but
also
now it
had a
doesn't matter.
party
Now they have no
trick.
people. Now there's no.
I had a party trick when the events were on. I would just roll down my friend's window, and so they would get blasted with air after hotboxing the car.
Did you ever see that like guy who got out to try to fucking fix the door that got caught and he get wrapped up into the thing and
Whoa, that got really dark.
yeah, oh, it was
Yeah.
crazy. It was crazy. It was like one of those ones where you're like, what is this guy doing? And then all of a sudden you're like,
It's at
oh
unrun.com.
shit. Vinny will find it when he comes back. I'll make him search the internet. Or actually,
Okay,
I could
yeah.
probably do it. But
I
then I'm
mean,
gonna
we
be
could
distracted.
do that, but that's distracting.
It's super distracting.
Yeah.
But car washes are fun.
They are fun.
That's
and
pretty
they're
much the only
fun.
reason I could do it is to get super baked. And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
did Vinny see that before? The guy who he got out in the car wash to go fix something, and then the car wash thing just wrapped him up and like it was like, oh,
Did
shit.
he die?
If that happened, then Vinny shared it with us, right?
No, I'm just saying it. I've seen it. You guys, nobody. What do you guys don't look at the internet anymore? Is that what's going on?
I wait for you guys to send me stuff.
I barely look at the internet right now. It's just like I'm just like all not into it.
Well, it's funny because now everything you don't know if it's real or not. It's kinda,
Yeah.
it's kind of lame. 'Cause you're like,
there's a lot of bad things.
anything you
going
think
on
is
right
real
now.
and you get excited, you better not share it because you're probably wrong. You're like,
Mark
oh.
does that to me.
You're like,
Well, who cares? Like,
I saw
so
this-
what? You made a mistake.
like I
You
saw this Bob
posted
Geldof
something.
thing that it was like
Posted
amazing.
fake
I was like,
news.
holy shit, this is crazy. 1999, and he was like predicting everything that was ever going to happen, and he was super high. And then I was like,
And why are we so
Of course it
afraid
was-
of?
Wait, hang on a sec.
of course it's AI. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was so well done, though. He's like, in the future, they're gonna have a phone on your phone. You're just gonna have a bunch of faces. You're just gonna be doing that, and then someone's gonna answer you with some, like smiling thing. And it was like, dude, this is on point. And
This
he's
sounds like Blade Runner.
And then he was like,
Well,
and you're gonna have your phone, and you're gonna go into the bathroom with your phone. You're gonna come out, and you're gonna get out of the shower, and the first thing you're gonna do is look at your phone to see if anybody has contacted you. And then the right wing people are gonna start coming. It was like, he
Let me
nailed it
tell
too
you what
good,
I
so-
see when you
Whoa.
tell that
But it was all
story.
fake.
Yeah,
but
I
it
saw
nailed
a lot.
This is what how my brain works. When you tell that story, I go. So what you're saying is now they're going to fucking create an AI cop that is going to have to be on the cop side, so that they can look at all of your media to determine whether or not it was AI influenced and real or not before it's ever admissible in court.
Oh,
Remember,
sure.
photos used to be admissible,
Oh,
and
no,
all we had to worry about was Photoshop.
There's a lot of progression in technology that normal people don't know about.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Are you saying we're muggles and you're not?
Oh yeah, she's
I'm
on the
just
show.
Are
saying,
you
I'm
security
on
clearance?
another
Fudge.
wavelength,
Then what are you doing on this show?
Yeah. The
I bring brightness.
yeah.
But if
Yeah,
you have that
there we
type
go.
of security
Yeah.
clearance, you're a Ute.
Ute. She's the
You're a
Ute.
Ute.
She's the Ute. We're
Okay,
That's how I
I'm
roll
a
it.
Ute. There
You're
we
a
go.
Ute. You're a Ute.
I know. Okay, I'm mute.
No, a
I'm
youth.
mute.
Youth.
Youth. I am youth.
See, she hasn't seen My Cousin Vinny, so she has no idea what we're talking
Actually,
about.
I have. You guys change topics so fucking fast.
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
really hard sometimes.
There's no
And
topics.
you guys are way older than me. How can I keep
You're
up with all
Whoa.
the references?
How are you
Fuck.
throwing that in there like that?
I just had to get all female
Oh, here
for
we
a
go.
Oh,
second.
wow. You guys are older
than me. Yeah.
You were alive in the 70s. Oh my
I
gosh.
just had to have a little fit.
You saw
for
Tom
the
and Jerry
night. Thank
first
you.
runs.
Yeah, okay. I just don't like to be ganged up on.
Well, that's because you haven't smoked one of your nasty fucking things for 20 minutes or an hour.
Hey, I haven't.
Look at you.
Yeah,
now you get
and I
nasty.
want.
Now you
I
get
want.
nasty.
Oh,
now you
that's
get all
right.
nasty. She's
How does that feel, not being on nicotine for 25 minutes?
look at her.
It's hard.
Yeah, she's breathing like.
I
How
really
long do you go
want-
during the day without having nicotine?
we banned her from smoking.
I mean,
her
I'll go
nicotine thing 'cause it
hours.
smells
Like,
so
I
bad.
just moving to the vape was actually enough progression for me, but now I'm like really fucking addicted to the vape.
Wait, lest anyone think we made any demands on her, we didn't say she couldn't smoke nicotine. It's just that vape she has is so horrible smelling.
Oh,
When it
what's
co-
the flavor? What's it supposed to be?
Ass.
Frozen blackberry fab. It's
Terrible.
not ass.
No, it's
No,
blue
don't
douche.
You dare.
It's the blue
dare.
chemical
No,
they show on
don't
television
do it.
in a
It's bad.
diaper.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's the stuff that when
You
I was
guys are
time.
fun haters.
Yeah, we're the big fun killers.
Yeah,
They're fun
what
killers.
a cool Friday night thing,
Yeah.
I know.
guys.
It was great until these guys showed up.
Wow,
Way to
yeah.
ruin
Ruined
the
my-
party. God.
Ruined my day. No,
I was
vapes.
going to go to a rave.
Yeah, I was just gonna go
Yeah.
rave. Yeah.
That was it. And just be the center of
We're
attention.
just saving you from the nasty chemicals.
I'm actually
that are
really
inside
happy I'm
that.
not going to a rave.
Good.
Yeah.
We're happy you didn't.
Yeah. I've helped Emily pack for Detroit Movement Festival, and I'm like, this does not sound like something
You know
I
what she
wanna
said to
do.
me before the show? She says, I'm going to sit here and I'm wondering, how come you guys don't put the chat up
Yeah.
and look at the chat?
Yeah.
In
And-
front of us right now.
Yeah.
And we've tried that.
Dave
it's
turns-
distracting.
Dave turns into
that.
Dave turns into like the
I
deer in the
just mean-
headlights. Like,
Check in on it.
It's terrible.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
it's like Dave, stop reading it. It's all
Yeah.
I-
negative.
well, then what the hell is it up
Yeah.
there for then?
Well,
Because it was originally so that we could interact with
And
our
then
chat.
they're probably trolling
Which we do,
you
which we
because
do,
you're.
Because through Mark.
Excuse me.
Well, it's good to have Mark as a filter because
Yeah.
we just have to watch his face, and when he laughs, we know something good's happening. And
No, we know they said
and
something
when he
about
goes
me.
like
Yeah.
that, we know. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Oh, I know. If you laugh, it's about you. That's true. And occasionally, it's something where it's like he's got to ban somebody or
So,
whatever. 'Cause it's like,
the
all
chat
right,
rules
now it's
are
gone,
just
it's gone straight
Hold
over
on, so
the
we're gonna have to
boat.
teach you podcast etiquette. Adam and I do it step over, but I know to back off.
Yeah.
We have to one at a time. We're just
Can't
learning
stop.
the etiquette.
yeah,
You know,
that's true.
because
Thank
then
you
Mark
so
goes
much.
says to us at the end of the show, he goes, "You guys talked on top of each other the whole time. Nobody could hear a fucking thing."
Well, sometimes
Well,
that's
then-
just how the fucking works.
Yeah, but remember, you're the one that said you wanted to have a bigger show
I know,
and you
but
wanted to get out
we
there
all just have a bunch of ideas and just really want to get them in there.
And the way to get them in there is to be able to speak them clearly and effectively to the
Noted.
listeners. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, we're learning.
Yeah, I
How
am.
about
I
that?
do learn.
You learn a lot.
Yeah.
You learn a lot on the Adam Dunn show.
Yeah, but
So,
I don't have to think about
Hold on.
weed like you guys
Quiz
do.
time. Pop quiz time.
When's your podcast coming out? That's what I
I soon. I want it to happen soon.
All right, I'm just
Yeah.
checking.
What was the technique in the early 80s used in Humboldt County to trigger early flowering?
The black. It's not the cube, but it reminded me of that. The black box.
Yeah, ding, 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 ding.
1983.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
There we go. See?
Yeah.
Also called.
Shaka.
What's the other name for it?
Huh?
Ooh, there was another name.
Hey,
I threw another name
don't
at you.
get contextual with me. That's where I fuck up.
What was the other name?
Yeah.
Light
Light dep,
deprivation.
okay.
Oh, light
yeah, I was gonna-
deprivation.
So light
okay,
dep
that's
for
right.
short. Light
well,
dep.
okay.
Depths.
Honestly,
And then
that's
you-
the word
and
that
that's
threw
how
me
people-
off. Deprivation. That's
Yeah.
a hard
You're
word.
depriving
She's
it of
thinking like
light.
I
choke
like-
straight to choking. Right?
Yeah.
Holy
like,
moly.
Not the good kind too, like the bad kind.
Not even.
Holy, the good.
Pauline's
Oh,
getting
wow,
excited.
don't even. Yeah.
Yeah. So the deprivation, light deprivation, meaning.
Fucking Brussels sprout.
Come on, you gotta learn.
Well, don't quiz
How many
me on the
hours?
spot.
How many hours?
Hey,
How many hours a day does it need to
college
be
was
dark?
actually really hard to pass.
How many hours a day of darkness do you need to initiate?
12.
flowering? Boom!
There
you
we
nailed
go.
it. You got
okay.
it. You got
there
it.
we go. You just have to give me directions.
here's a
you
good
just
way to-
have to make sure I'm
Now
listening.
here's another way to think about it.
Okay.
So we live in the north, right?
Okay.
And then you have the equator. And right, the equator
Yes,
is 12
that-
hours and 12 hours.
Yes.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it goes 11-13. Sometimes it goes 13-11. But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
pretty close to 12-12 right if you're right at the equator, right?
Okay.
So think about so down there.
That's a lot of facts.
So down there,
can retain 'em.
You take a
Yeah.
seed, you put it in the ground from up here, like a seed that comes from
Mm-hmm.
up here, and it doesn't want to grow good at all because it's used to having this long veg period.
Oh, that's cool.
But the plants that are down
Interesting.
there
Yeah.
are used to it. So what they do is they just continue to stretch while they're you can put it in the ground. It will not flower automatically just because it built into its genome that it's going to hey, we don't want to flower immediately. Grows to a certain point and then starts to flower and it goes doo, 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 doo. So you have to, when you're mixing all these different varieties, you get some that are better for this and some that are better for that, and then you need to kind of fit. Once we've made all these polyhybrids,
Okay.
now you get all over the place. You know what I mean? So you get so when you're controlling the indoors, it makes it so you have complete control. You start on day, you put it into flower, you know the day, you note the day. Outdoors, it's on a sliding scale because the days are getting shorter. So
Yeah.
you don't have, there's not a definitive day. It's except for, then you have,
But
and then to
it's
throw
the
a monkey
12,
wrench.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we have it as a crossover, so it crosses at a different time, right? So as you go north, it's later.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So then you have this. So then you'll end up with strains that work better. Indoors, it's up to you. But outdoors, you're very much beholden to your fucking spot. So where you're from in Oklahoma is notoriously difficult for grow outdoors because it's fucking extreme. And so you bring these plants that are coming from a tropical, subtropical area. It's not going to work. You know what I mean? Not especially right out of the gate. And if you have too much of an indica plant, it's going to get mold because there's so much humidity there. You know what I mean? So then you have
Yeah,
this
it does get pretty wet in the summertime.
so you need these you need hybrids that work. Really, is what it comes down to. Which is-
Okay.
and I'm sure now
Light
if they-
deprivation.
There you go.
There we
Light-
go.
And the other
I'm
problem. So the other
learning.
problem for Oklahoma, light depth, you're covering it up at night, or you're covering up during
Okay.
part of the night. Let's say which is immediately like a humidity rise. So when you open it up in the day, if you don't have ventilation pulling out the air, you're just going to get a big mold ball. So it can be very difficult to do both things, like in certain areas.
Thank you. I now I learned something.
Man, she's
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just neurodivergent as fuck, and some things just go over my head. Yeah.
It's great to have that because then we can.
Yeah, you get to teach.
We get
stuff.
to spit facts and look like.
You look cool.
We know what you're talking about.
You have any turnpipes?
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah, in there.
No.
Will you grab? You see that yellow box of turnpipes right there? Can you reach those?
Yes.
Without pulling your headphones off.
Or pull your headphones off.
I'm gonna pull the headphones off.
You know
I don't know
mean?
what I'm doing.
You could take them off. I didn't want you to. You kids these days,
No,
you know.
he just meant don't run away with the headphones on.
That's what I meant.
What he meant. Biggity bam.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Turpwipes.com/done deal, by the way. Turpwipes.com/done deal.
Commercials. Early.
Well, I'm grabbing the box here, and since it doesn't really appear,
yeah,
because of the green
there we go.
screen.
Turp wipes. I used some.
Oh, did you? Okay,
this
so
week.
let's do this while we have a little dead zone here. Texas completely fucking reversed everything. They're done. Like
what do you mean?
Banned all THC products. THCA, all those people that were investing all that money. I heard a group throwing down tens of millions of dollars on facilities. Like we're just gonna happen.
What have we been saying for years? Do not ever write into your plan what, if anything, the government will do at any time. Okay? So if come what may, you should have just said, every day I get to be in business is a bonus. And the date ends, the date ends. That's that. They had to know. They had to know. Okay?
Yeah.
I said, and the reason they had to know is because I said the Farm Bill was the right thing to do. So you had to know I was going to be wrong. And they were going to go completely the opposite way because I used logic. Okay?
Okay.
So they're not. So they're going to go the regulated route, and they're going to make people invest $5-8 million in a license and build out and all of this bullshit. And then they're going to have it under seed to sale again. And at the end of the day, they're still going to come around in years to come, and it's going to be operated under the Farm Bill because we suck.
That's a reason to get high.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So wait, what else? Who's going to follow suit now that Texas did it? Right? I mean, because if they did it, then it's game over. That fucking sucks. I'm glad I didn't look that up.
I just think weed's really expensive here in Colorado.
Oh no, Pennsylvania also didn't pass.
Well, no, they didn't pass rec, right?
No, rec. No,
It's the
cheapest drug there is.
So they'll probably go the other way.
Did you ask your Gronk what they said about Texas?
I did not.
I mean, that would be somebody to ask, right?
Oh yeah, Grok knows everything.
Oh, wait, is it Grok?
Yes, it's Grok.
Okay, sorry. I was calling it Gronk.
Grunk.
That's what I thought it was.
That's the Kia. That's the Kia version.
The IKEA version?
No, Kia, like Kia.
Kia?
Yeah, like it's the Hyundai of
Oh my gosh, we're throwing
Check
so many
out Mini
countries
Me.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone mental on account of the
Chocolates.
It's
Did somebody send the
here we
link
go.
to Shiloh?
Yes, of course they did. Come on now.
Just
That was my job. My job.
Wait, I got breaking news here sent by somebody here in the studio audience.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm just reading
Oh, I have
everything
breaking
that
news.
you just said. What he just said. Yeah, but that's not. What are you sending me that for?
Break
You
it
knew
from
I was just gonna
yesterday?
just-
Break it from
No, he sent me what you just said. That I thought he was telling me something else. But Texas House passes near total ban on hemp-derived THC.
boo. Well,
Yeah.
it's boo in one way, but it's also funny because it's like, there you go.
Wait. Let's play a game.
What?
Let's play a game. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many billion is
With a B.
the hemp-derived THC market in Texas?
That was huge.
Just in a year. We have 4. Anyone else? And we're going to
he's
set the
looking at
bar.
his phone.
Stop looking at your fucking phone.
Cheat. Oh, I don't know. You might have switched it real quick. You're pretty fast.
52.
That's
No, get out of town. I'm saying like 2.2.
If it was 52,
No.
I
then
don't
it would
know,
not have just been banned.
Hey, well,
2.8.
hey, this stuff gets really interesting if you think about
We
it.
got 4. How about for the guy there with
Oh,
sorry,
guy, girl.
the guy. I saw the hair. The lights are in my. I didn't recognize who he is. 1.8.
low, a medium, and a high.
Vincenzo, come on. He's the only businessman in
He's
the room.
behind a computer. He can look. He's a cheater.
You fucking suck. $5.5 billion.
I thought it would be more because skincare is
Let's think
really
about
high.
Can we do the math for a second?
How much is alcohol?
Hold on, but they just voted $5.5 billion in revenue gone. How much money must the lobby be spending on these politicians to keep them in office? That the revenue off of
I don't like to think about it.
It's a cartel party?
At this,
Mr. X, do the math.
Yeah.
That's 500.
no, let's not do the math. Let's be
That's
happy.
$5,500 million bills.
$1 million bills.
Wow,
I'll take
that's
some.
a lot of dollar bills.
$1 bills,
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah, lots of dollars.
Imagine as
Oh
one
yeah,
sister
yeah, that's who it was in Texas.
What?
In Texas, he's calling it a Democratic conspiracy, and it happened in Texas. He can't admit it that the most conservative state in the whole fucking union, aside from Florida, it just voted to do this, and he's blaming it on the Democrats. Get the fuck out of here! Holy shit! Gaslight that
just
motherfucker.
Have no comment.
But that's just so dumb that Texas did it. But that means that every other state is now going to follow suit. That's it. That they're all going to follow. So you better just get ready. Here it comes.
Get ready.
Fuckers, man.
I
need
know
something
you know
that's,
what?
that's
I just try
more
to
than
live life
coffee,
day by day
but less
right
than
now.
cocaine.
What?
He needs something that's more than coffee, but less than. Pay attention here.
Okay.
Explain memes.
Vinny is channeling sort of the inner
know
dialogue of the
that's a good
show.
term for Vinny Chandler. Vinny the Chandler.
Show channeler.
Yeah.
Yeah, show Chandler Vinny.
That's the fact, Jack!
There you go.
Oh.
Stop.
Hey.
That's the landlady looking all cute in a tie.
One day, Dave's going to know how to train a dog, so we'll have this.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing very good.
There's a movie about how to train a dragon. Maybe watch that a couple times.
Well, that's not gonna get the dog to be quiet.
Well, at least
He's not beating her enough. He needs more beating.
Well, just need to get a citronella collar.
shot collar.
Ah, called out.
I mean, it is the reality of dog training. It's like you have to be a little bit on the.
Well,
can't be
it's
like all,
also
oh, kooky pooky. I'm gonna.
well, with children too.
The dog's gonna decide what it wants to eat tonight. You know what I mean? It's like no.
You also need to give structure to children so
yeah.
that they feel less anxious.
Yeah, you can't be feral
Yeah.
like all of us.
Yeah,
Overall,
we
how
like
satisfied
rules
are
and we
you
like
with
to break
Windows
rules.
reliability?
What?
It's awesome though if you go back in time to the when like
It's pop-ups.
I
that I
don't know. I was
get.
listening to somebody else talking about Gen X growing up, but it was like literally this for everybody the same thing. It was like you got up, you went straight outside, and they'd like almost lock the door behind you. Like it was like you are not coming back inside until it gets dark. You know?
Yeah.
You go do something. You know what I mean? And you did.
That was parents back in the day,
And
by
that's
the
what we
way.
did. No, that was it.
Yeah.
That was what we did, and it was great.
That sounds
Get
fun.
out. Am I rig?
You know, that's why I like you guys. You guys just like it's community like driven. I like the Gen Xers.
Oh, we're the best.
Yeah.
Wow, you had to
What's the
throw
old-
that in there
I
like
have to
that.
throw that in there.
She's the Ute. The Ute has
Love
to,
you old guys.
Yeah,
I
like
love you old guys.
You guys
Yeah,
are so
love the
old
old
and
men.
quirky. You guys talk about
Yeah.
stuff before there was internet.
Yeah, you talk about stuff. I read
How did you
in Ready
guys
Player
communicate?
One.
So did you have to hold the thing to your ear while speaking into the
The roto.
He had to wind. Did you wind your phone? up?
Roto-rooter. What?
Wait, do you think she's of the generation that knows how to use a rotary phone?
We're back in the
Not really.
I mean, I
Where's
remember
this?
the.
Oh, we're on the other
those-
side now.
We're on the other side now.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Is anybody there?
I got 2 cameras.
Oh,
at
this
the
is
door.
live?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So in case somebody shows
Oh,
up, we can be like,
hey, what's up?
That's great.
That was really distracting.
That's what we do.
That was a nice segue.
You have to keep up. It's just the way it
I,
is.
you know, sometimes I just clue in whenever I clue in.
Well, let's throw in a couple of ads here. Let's just
Yeah,
remember
I
that
want to hear some ads.
Vinny's barbecue is probably so on point. So you come to Viper Pit Barbecue down at 4300 West Alameda. Everything's made in a smoker. Oh, damn. Mac and cheese, wings, brisket, barbecue pork, burnt ends. And
Delicious
there might
burnt
even
ends.
be an elote truck outside.
Yeah. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And the potential. Hey, no.
Oh, man.
I'm clamoring. What happens next?
What happens next week?
I mean, he had to go to his dog. I want to hear what
Oh,
happens
look, you
next
can
with
see
the
the-
So High ad.
Oh, it goes on. 'Cause
Yeah.
we got. If you're a DJ, you can come down here and spin. If you're
Oh,
friends
yeah,
with
if-
DJs, if you're like.
Yeah, if you're just
in the
cool and want to
scene.
hang out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is like the
This is
all
the
around.
spot to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you want a big
Oh.
order, you really do need to call ahead.
Yeah.
And let him make that for you.
By the way,
he would
he's a one-man
appreciate
show.
it,
He's
yeah.
a one-man show, Vinny. Vinny
The all-star.
Barbecue Reno.
Look at that. Look at that smoke ring.
Barbarino. Vinny Barbarino.
He makes his own barbecue
good.
sauce.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
Do you know who Vinny Barbarino is?
No.
Well, it's Barbarino, but now it's
Barbarino.
I'm sorry I'm not cool in your book.
Barbarino. Barbarino.
We're really gonna show your age.
That's some
He's gonna
grease
go-
mixed with.
Slick.
I was born in 1988. I don't know what I need to say.
He
this
had been
again.
off.
Graduated in '87, so that's hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Again,
Yeah, everyone
I was out into
really
the world.
likes
I was
it.
already gone. I was gone into the world.
You know
Could have
what?
had kids by now.
Australia.
I had a magical time
You had
growing
a
up in the
kid
90s.
88?
No, you
Yeah.
could have.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it could have been escaping the country.
Those are
Yeah.
those are actual beef ribs.
No, those
Okay.
were those were my
Those are
ribs.
pork?
Yeah.
Wow.
I could go for
I'll
some
try to-
ribs.
I don't know where the burn ends are at.
Well, you lost your burnt ends.
You lost your burnt ends,
I
Vinny?
guess we'll be doing.
Somebody must have boofed them.
No.
It is Dibber.
And you should grab a cup of coffee while you're in town here. It's Ozo coffee, and he uses that coffee in the barbecue sauce.
Yes, I do.
Nice.
And if you're really special, go down here, click on Shop Subscriptions. Click on that, scroll down. You can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong with there.
I want some of that right now. Actually, really, I could go for some coffee.
The code is
Yeah.
DUNDEAL 2025 for 20% off everything in your cart.
27?
If you got that one friend that comes over and says, "Oh, you got any decaf?" They have it.
It's like that
they
scene
do?
from Seinfeld. Do you remember Seinfeld?
I do
Okay,
recall
just making sure.
Seinfeld.
It was on
yeah.
the other night too.
Because you keep a little Folgers in the cupboard just in case somebody comes over and wants some coffee. Okay?
You know, at least I know more than most of my generation does.
Are you really sure of that?
I am. I
sensing
am
a battle.
inflated, and my ego's inflated enough that I think that.
Vinny knows a ton of
Yeah.
millennials. He'll have them come in and we'll do a little.
Yeah, I feel like we
Q&A.
should. Let's do a Q&A.
Will Macintosh pay
Millennials
me
against
to-
the Gen Xers.
So I like that you're here tonight because you can witness the side of Adam when he starts typing and texting furiously, going, "You do
Oh, yeah.
realize you said you were coming on the show? Don't leave me hanging. I put you in the card. I really need you to show up. Listen,
Really?
I know
really.
you
They said
heard
you can
that."
do whatever you want. I was like, you can come on now, or you can wait because I got somebody else who's gonna be popping in from the winners.
I'm just glad it happens because you said it out loud before the show and
Oh, I
during
said
the
it.
show, and that could that could be Kinahara.
What did I say?
What?
That all these people were joining. We were going to have
Oh,
a lot
yeah,
of
that's
guests
true.
tonight.
Yeah,
Oh,
that-
I lie all the time.
You know,
I don't think you
I
mean to
actually
lie.
did.
It's not a
Well,
lie. It's never a lie. No, I just.
I think we
'cause
actually fully
that's why
believe
we
it.
could
At least
never
I
plan
fully.
a show. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's why I never plan a week ahead because
Yeah.
it really.
I think
they
the thought
really
was there.
bail out.
The thought.
But you watch, it'll all fall into place. And the best part about it, and this is
Maybe.
what I do sometimes, is I'll go back and I'll read what my description was to see if it matches the show, because sometimes there's a few that have absolutely nothing to do with the show because everything switches at the last second.
Those
But-
descriptions are long.
But
And they're not AI.
No.
Yeah.
But they're genius when you read into them because when you actually
I
read them again, you go,
every
and you go,
time.
holy shit, we did everything that I said there, and I said a lot. So that's part of the
So
whole deal.
you
I
go
read
back
it
and
this time.
reread
I
it
double
and make
check.
sure. Yeah.
And if I have to, I might adjust.
You
something.
have a round table and you give yourself a pat on the back.
That's Vinny. It's
That's
just
about
Vinny.
that's at 2:30, around 2:33 in the morning, right when I finished it.
Yeah.
The night before. That's about when I do that, and then
Yeah.
okay, time to eat some ice cream and.
Isn't it fun making content?
Oh yeah, eat a big bowl of ice cream about 3 in the morning when you're not supposed to. It's
Really?
like, oh fuck! Yeah. After doing that, I have to reward myself. Be like, I'm sitting here doing what I shouldn't be doing. Something like that. I'll do something. I mean, obviously, I smoke a bunch of bowls at the end.
Do you eat ice
Yeah.
cream, Vinny?
I used to.
Oh, you guys.
You used to?
Yeah.
What happened?
You got old. This is the old guys. Hey, you eat ice cream anymore?
No.
All right, did you develop?
What about
did you
Biden?
become lactose intolerant?
He was eating ice cream like it was going out of style. That guy's 82
No, I'll
years
eat
old.
like 2 bites out of it and be like,
I actually
I'm
don't
good.
eat a lot of ice cream.
Come
was
on.
only 82?
What?
Biden was only 82?
1983, guys.
He's 82.
Oh, wow. That's
Oh,
fucking
wow.
old.
What? He's only 82. That's really old. Those are two contradicting statements.
I mean, he behaved much older than 82.
Oh, well, yeah. He was the crypt keeper. The crypt keeper.
Look, wait, let's read this. The crossroads between cannabis and the mainstream.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should say.
Cornucopia of cannabis.
No, it's when
knowledge.
it's on. Like
I know where it's from, but it should
No.
give credit to Mitch.
Oh, yeah. It should say Mitch.
Oh,
Mitch.
That's a first.
he spilled his
Oh,
Dr. Pepper.
dude, that's not a good thing.
His DP.
Hold on.
Show's over, bro.
Whoa.
Vinny
Now
just
we're
spilled-
definitely getting
Whoa.
flagged. You talking about
Are you high, Vinny?
Product?
No, I'm doing about 20 things at once.
Yeah,
20?
you know.
Is it really 20?
Yeah.
About 5.
All right.
Yeah.
I was going to say 20 is a little over exaggeration.
About 3 to 5.
Vinny's being a drama queen.
Well, the Macintosh sucks. It keeps losing all the drops. It's gone again.
What?
Yeah, that
This
thing.
is like when you get sad when drops are gone.
I just want to crush that
Right
thing.
now you're looking up Adam's family, or what's going on here?
we're looking at Google.
We're Googling?
Wait.
Yeah. Usually
Yeah,
on our own
okay.
show.
Oh, speaking of which, people, speaking of which, next week.
Where does it say?
Well, but Vinny just lost the drops because he would play a drum
Yeah, it's
roll right
cornucopia.
now.
Okay, but next week, guys, let me say it right out. I might as well announce it now. Because you know how we are around here. Like, we don't even know how many shows we made. People are like, how many shows you did? I'm like, I don't know. Well, Mr. Bean and Stock, who did Great Moments in Weed History, where you can check out the episode anywhere you get podcasts, right? That's with me.
Yeah.
That guy said, hey, congratulations on your upcoming 500th show. And I was all, well, how'd you know that? Because we don't even know how many shows we got. But he gave me a link, which was awesome. And on that link, it says exactly from 2013, so they were on point. They definitely went.
Yeah, but
from
isn't that
iCannabis?
in your YouTube
From the start?
history?
I think, if we started in November of 2013, so if it says 2013, it must be, because we didn't do any other non-shows in 2013 with them. It started there, and it went in through 14. So
I wonder if they got the CD Wednesdays.
I don't know, but in general, it seemed on point, and it said 498 shows. That was last
Yesterday?
show.
So this is 499?
This show is number 499. And the next show will be number 500. So,
all right, shout out to Tim Martin.
I'm going to have Bean and Stock on here to obviously promote his show, but on top of that, to reward him for helping keep us on track.
Should get Christian.
And the best part about it is, so we're gonna go back in time. We're gonna figure some things out.
Can
Now
we get a
know.
hold of Christian?
Maybe, I don't know. We're gonna try to bring in some of the bests, and maybe we can get. Maybe this is the Tim Martin.
There it
moment.
is, the cornucopia of cannabis knowledge.
I know. I already said that 5 times.
Oh.
I love that
You need
word.
to see it.
I was
You need to see it.
10. That was 10 things deep.
Well, here's what's happening, guys. We're getting a brand new tent for the show, which has the cornucopia of cannabis knowledge on the tent, right on the side, and the other one says the times, and green screen on the inside, smoke on the outside, logo perfect. It's gonna be awesome.
It's
And this
gonna
is all
look sick.
This is coming from This is coming from 420 Promos out of Michigan, who is the guy who was recommended to us by none other than Mr. fucking Jerome Baker himself. Not Mr. Jerome Baker, but
Jay.
So
that is a name I do know.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Look at you.
yeah, I
So
know
big
that
is the
name.
big-
Yeah, look, I know
I'm not
something.
gonna do it. I won't do it.
So all the merch made from him, which we already know is always fire because he's at every trade show.
Yeah.
We're getting now made by Mr. Laverne himself, which I'll have on the show. I'm going to have him on the show because I gave him the genius idea. I was like, dude, why don't we have a QR code in our tent that actually will sell more tents for you? How's that? He goes,
Yeah.
I never thought of that. And
That's
I'm like,
called an advertisement.
I go, why
Oh
don't
my
you?
God.
I go, why don't you put it? And then he thought about it. And he's like, wait a minute, I have a patch made on every one that says my name and my thing. So why don't I just put a little QR code in the patch? And then when you go in there, if somebody's like, this tent's dope, you go here, click on there, and then boom,
Yeah.
comes a, because we're in that digital
Done
world
deal.
now. We're in that digital
Done
world.
deal.
So
Give me the done
if you need a
deal.
tent, you need to hook these guys will hook you up.
I need a tent.
It's 50 mil hexagon fucking deals, like the chunky legs, sandbags.
What?
Comes with everything. I was like, sandbags, carrying case, sandbags, everything. I was like, dude, nice.
Okay.
Table cover. We're doing it all. We're going all out. Cece is already mocked hers up too. So we have Plant Buddies, Adam Dunn show. We're going to be blowing it up.
That's fun. It sounds like a little city.
It's a small city. It's a small city.
Yeah,
it's
like
20 by 10. The city, 20 feet by 10 feet of pure city.
Yeah, just a tiny little city.
No, but it's dope. It's always nice because we like when you have the properly made ones compared to like
Dave. Yeah, Dave.
Dave's not here. There he is. Oh man, now he's back.
no.
He's back.
Why don't I get a break? And you guys are like, it's whatever.
It is whatever.
I know.
It doesn't give you a
That's why it's
hangover.
so, easy to come on this, and why I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna come, and I don't know, but I think I'm just gonna be on it today.
Well, I got Kip who's in charge. She's got the other guys rounded up. So
Oh yeah.
I told her to nudge them. She's actually working the VIP lounge at the Knicks game right now. So
Wait.
What, New York?
What?
New York, fucking New York.
I know you said New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she'll nudge them for us.
Great. Thank you.
And also, I think so. Max is out there. I know he's listening because he's a avid listener. Like he knows what's going on. He's not been like, what the hell's going this kind of show? Like
He's not like of my intelligence on weed.
No, he's obviously no. He already listens to the show.
Mm-hmm.
He was a winner. He won 2 categories. He won the Chem and the Kush category.
Oh, right on.
And then we have also Eddie S, aka what did I say, Dr. Herb.
Oh,
Schmengi.
Schmeckel.
Not Schmeckel. That was my mistake.
Herb penis.
I kind of want it.
Schmengi.
I'm sorry.
And he's on the road, so I already know that he might be a little more. Classically, we'd have 2 guys that were probably on the road.
I forgot the guest.
Mm-hmm.
We have guests. They're out
Oh,
there.
we've got guests.
Oh yeah, they're out there.
Oh yeah, we have great guests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best.
Bing bang. Lots of
Bing
guests.
bong.
The best guests.
The best guests.
We have the best guests.
Bestest guesses.
The bestest.
Yeah.
The bestest guestest. Did you see the horrible
really well
fucking news? I walked in and somebody had the TV on, and I try not to watch the news, but somebody came to Colorado with full-blown fucking measles, went through DIA.
Straight to Dave's house.
Yeah, and then stayed here and then left.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, that's like a Brady Bunch episode or something, isn't it? We probably got measles.
I think that was chicken pox.
Now everybody's all, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was a measles
episode.
Yes.
History's interesting if you look into it.
Up.
Brady Bunch measles.
Yeah.
Brady Bunch.
So it went from the Brady Bunch, like, yep,
But
let's go get that.
The Looney Tunes acid carrot.
We're all scared because one guy came into the airport.
Hey.
Right? Brady Bunch. Let's see how many. I don't know. It's taking a long time. Usually it should pop right up.
I do not recall this episode, and I watched the Brady Bunch.
There you go. Episode of the Brady Bunch where the family gets measles. Is there a doctor in the house? Season 1, episode 13. Look it up.
Right on.
The measles.
Okay.
Is there a doctor in the house?
So
Maybe we should have a watch party.
And now you get people like Dave who are scared of a guy who came.
I was reporting the news. I said I walked in and saw that. That's what I said. You're scared. That's what you're saying. You're scared.
I just love that you're scared.
You're scared.
You're just seeing a TV go, the news.
You're scared.
I'm made of rubber. You're made of glue.
Everything that I say bounces off me and sticks to you.
Come on now.
Did you know that one? Did you know that one?
I did know that one.
Okay.
I did grow up on a playground. I'm not.
She's not like,
I'm like cool,
an immigrant
guys.
or something.
Like, come on.
Have you ever heard
Make me
you
sound
could've
better,
You
okay?
could have let us know you were there. I didn't even see you back there.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
buddy.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, you were hanging in the background the whole
Yeah, he
time?
was hanging in the background just for a little while.
You were being a voyeur.
I looked over there a couple times. He just popped in, so we didn't miss him by much.
So you don't have to play the episode of the Brady Bunch now? Because I was ready. I was ready to fill. That was.
I was ready to watch it, actually.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself, since we've never.
We have no idea who you
You're
are.
a freshie. We could be one of either.
Yeah, you could be an imposter.
Yeah.
I'm Eddie S. from New York City,
Oh, Eddie,
and
thanks,
my
man.
IG handle is Dr. Herb Schmengi.
Schmengi now, not Schmeckle.
Okay.
I got it.
Nice,
Good.
nice. Well, take your ID out and show it to the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
but
do that.
Get your address
That's
out there
a
for
really
everybody.
smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show.
Welcome,
but I
welcome,
thought you might be on the road originally, so that's kind of where wasn't sure if you're gonna come in from the car, but. it seems
Wait,
like you
we have
settled
a
in.
question. Were you listening to anything we were saying prior to you joining at all?
Yeah.
You were.
And he came anyway. See, like that's how it
And
works.
what were you
How far back did you go, though?
That's a good. That's.
I saw you trying to put the dog to get to
Nice
Okay.
one.
Nice.
So you got the best award of the whole thing, in my opinion, for New York. And if you want to be known for one thing, it'll be sour, I guess. Right? It's like there's not really better tickets out there.
Well, what's the setup? Tell us about the competition again, just for anyone who wasn't listening the past couple of weeks. What was the competition called?
OMG ATC Awards Pushing Sour Competition.
This is the first time you entered, or did you do last year?
No, I didn't do last year. This is the first time I entered.
Oh, first time.
I've only entered
One shot, one kill.
Hitman
One
stuff.
shot, one kill. Right? Just
Yeah. One and done.
nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
And how was the competition? I'm sure fierce, I'd imagine, since you're in the heart of it all, right?
Well, I don't know. I didn't judge.
Did you get to
I didn't
see
get to try everybody else's.
Oh, no way.
I thought everyone would get a little taste of the competition usually, right?
I got to taste mine. It was really good.
Well, that's great.
So what was the cut that you entered? Was it a?
Oh, I'll show it to you here. I thought you might want to see it. This is what we got. That's the award.
Oh shit!
It's a Chalice 2025 first place sour.
Nice.
And you can put your weed in there, hold it, and take a picture of it like the old High Times Cannabis Cup Awards, or you could drink champagne out of the top, and it has a little hole here.
Yeah, I was
For,
supposed
like,
to say that
rubbing
looks
on
like
it.
a drinking vessel, like a goblet.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
But it does have like a little chalice too.
Yeah.
Totally breakable.
Gen
It's like,
Xers.
and there goes my award.
There we go.
Fuck. The only award you have to be careful about, like you can't.
Pretty heavy glass.
Nice. And
I'll break it.
so your entry, was that something that you just you grew like single plant, couple plants, or as part of a bigger?
Oh, let me ask a good question. How much of your growing career do you owe to Adam? Okay. Is it all of it, some of it, none of it?
Don't listen to Dave.
And do you know what light deprivation is?
Sorry, go ahead. Tell
I
us
have
about
two
your story.
light depths down in my garage.
There we go. There we
She
go.
just learned today. She
I-
literally learned.
Yeah,
what
I
light
learned.
deprivation was today. So
She's a good student.
She's flexing some of her skills.
Yeah, I was just checking and throwing and testing the water.
Well, I mean, the thing that got me excited when Kip mentioned you was that you were growing HB13 back in the day, which is one of those strains that I kind of saw it from the other side because I was living in Amsterdam at the time. But it was like I met a few. Like I remember when it came there as a clone, and I remember all the drama that kind of came with it, and I remember like hearing like different stories from different groups, and it was like there was a Hawaii connection and a New York connection, and then there was all this like, of course then you don't ever know if it's the real one. Is this the real one? And like we were on the receiving end. So I grew what I ended up growing over there was really interesting, but it was a powdery mildew like magnet, and it was like never got a chance to grow properly because it always got infected, and it seemed like right out of the gate we never got like a good example of it, So
That's horrible. No, it was resistant. I never got powdery mildew with it, and I even grew it in Hawaii. I grew it in New York. I don't even know what powdery mildew was until I got in the gene pool in California, and then they started spreading the virus around to everybody.
Yeah, because I would imagine if it came from that area, definitely New York, because New York's like, it's hard. It
was my strain, and I brought it from New York. I got in the Canna Bible with Jason King. I was out there living on Hawaii at the time on Maui. And yeah, like that was the strain. We all thought it was the best in the world. Yeah. Tasted the best. It was the best. I went to prison for like 6 years, and that's why I lost it. It was already 25 years old then, and when I got out of prison, it was like 28 years old, and now it was in 2014.
Sure.
And
that was in the first. That was in the first Canna Bible, right?
And the third one, had some other strains. Yeah, I was in the first and the third, I think.
Yeah, because we had a lot of stuff in there too, and it was funny because Jason, you know him personally, so you understand. When I first met him, all I wanted to do was make him puke from smoking weed because he was such an arrogant guy, you know what I mean? And he came into Amsterdam, all your weed sucks, and this sucks, and that sucks. And I was like, oh shit, this guy. So I made sure like I packed him like pure bubble hash that was like bubbling bubble hash, you know what I mean? And I watched him literally turn green from a bong hit and like open up the door and puke out I was like, yes, I did it.
That's not the first time you've said that on the show.
Oh,
right?
I did it. And
I just gotta give somebody a dab these days.
I know. It was funny because he had and also knowing the Canna Bible and knowing all the characters that I knew, at least there was plenty more in the book, but knowing the characters that he was dealing with, you could see the slightly slanted edges here and there where you were like, okay, he might be giving that one a little more of a gusto than it needed, and this one he might be knocking it down a few pegs just because there was a personality clash. And that was the thing that I noticed with a lot of cannabis stuff. There was always this like, sometimes the person...
He didn't like me. We had a falling out. He said I was the most arrogant person in the world.
What? He said that? Well, that's an honor.
You don't tell.
That's an honor, actually, in that opinion. I mean, Jason...
And then I became a Buddhist and became less arrogant.
And that's before he...
we all grow up.
Is that before he moved to Hawaii, or is that when he just was there visiting for the first time or something, or...
No, he moved there. He stayed
I know he's there now, but
now.
I'm saying back then when you guys were doing that was because he wasn't there then.
1998, 1999, 2000. I was throwing raves on the beach, like full moon parties and stuff, and we were growing HB13. I mean, pot was twice the price of gold, so I could like grow an ounce and get like two gold coins.
Right.
People.
That's cool.
Yeah. Those
are nice.
Memories. If we could bottle those memories.
I was growing pounds.
Yeah.
Well, you just bottled it again, right?
Did you know Jason Harris back then on Maui?
He wasn't there then.
He wasn't?
No.
Okay.
No, Jason moved there much later. But those are the. Yeah, it's definitely like Hawaii always had that thing where, as you're flying in, you're thinking about weed. Just like Amsterdam was the same thing. You're flying in, you're looking at every like greenhouse, like that must be full of weed. You know what I mean? And they weren't. They were full of tulips usually, but in general, your brain always went into that mode. And when you're in it, whenever I was in Hawaii, I'd be like, everywhere I'd look, I'd be like trying to fucking spot something. You know what I mean? And it was, but it's also, I mean, it's changed so much. Like you were saying, price wise, people could live off of, if you had a 10 lighter, you were fucking killing it. You know what I mean?
What is the cost of
Well,
weed
it's a weird
in Hawaii?
phenomenon now for me because somehow weed has stopped being worth money. It's for some reason.
It's crazy, right? I know. It's like anybody who's been around a long time is in the same boat where we're kind of like scratching our head. Like we always had this thought, like, the best, because we all say the same thing. Like, oh, good weed will always sell. And it's like, yeah, it will to a point. But at the same time, it's really hard to find far and few between people that are willing to adjust the price tag to where
you can't find nobody. I can't find nobody. I'm taking down my grow room right now. I got friends that are retiring.
It's an interesting moment in time.
Well, there comes a time where every consumer has to make that choice. They really enjoy weed, but they really enjoy paying their rent and their bills.
Yep.
And all the other things that come with life. And while they would choose every time to smoke your weed and, Fang and Adam and all these legends, and I'll even throw AJ in there, like straight from the horse. You also have to mitigate living. I play that role that unfortunately has to be that guy to tell people that when they used to show me pro formas that included 10-year projections of $5,000 a pound wholesale. I'm like, I would love that. Great. Show me where that market is. We'll go there. But it's not here.
No, even in Thailand right now, they've got like warehouses filled with it. They're in the same situation we are here.
But just faster, right? I mean, they just moved it.
Even internationally, we're all like, we'll ship it internationally. No, we won't.
Yeah.
How much was sugar a few hundred years ago?
The Domino Sugar Factory.
Everybody.
And they all closed down and sent it to offshore.
Yeah, people who had sugar hundreds of years ago were royalty.
We had sugar cane in Maui until when I was living there, and now it's all gone.
People used to rent out pineapples so you could show it at your party.
Wait, who's that? Is that Shiloh?
There he is.
Shiloh Massive.
Oh, look at him hiding off camera because Vinny's not here to throw you on.
Hold on one
second. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you want to see it? Let me see if I can work the camera thing.
No,
there
it
is.
It's not you, probably. Hang on a second.
Oh, shit. There he is.
Yeah.
And I'm going to...
Oh, you're going to... Oh, look what... Oh, my God, breaking the rules.
What is he doing?
She's smoking her thing.
I did. I'm sorry.
Shit.
I'm so bad.
Could have walked outside. You know what? She wants to stay here. She wants to stay here to see Shiloh's guns, and he's wearing a hoodie.
I'll be right back.
What is on your
I'll
hoodie?
just move it over. I'm almost there.
No, we got it.
What is it? I don't know. It's a cool hoodie. My buddy El Rock gave it to me. Part of the Sky Pack.
Look, Stacy, when you're as famous as Shiloh, people give you shit like that.
Well,
I'm telling
that's
you.
really cool.
Yeah.
You know what's cool about
It
this
looks
color
really-
too? Dog hair
You
doesn't
look really,
show.
really good in that hoodie.
Oh yeah, nothing worse than the dog hair. Actually, it was funny because there was somebody recently. They all came in just covered in dog hair, and I was just like, dude, it's like comical how many hairs are on your fucking hoodie. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, actually, it'd be kind of cool to print a hoodie with fake dog hairs on it just to fuck with people.
Actually,
You know
that
what I mean?
sounds like a terrible idea.
Because then it's already got covered in hair. And then if you get covered in hair, we'll just like blame.
The one thing about Denver that drives me insane, I just look at Paul at the CVS line, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, Paul, can you put on some fucking clothes to go to the pharmacy here in Denver? Try harder. Not jammies. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's Colorado for you.
I know.
That's about as far as they go. What's going on? Blank screen. We lost everybody.
Let Vinny work his magic. He was just barbecuing.
I don't know. Sometimes I just
the other guy left.
I jumped in too
No, it's a
soon.
big black screen.
Finish what he was saying, but
don't worry.
Yeah, they rented pineapples. Imagine that. So now you could just go down to Safeway and get one pretty cheap. But weed's boring. What do you think? I mean, all the weed's the same, and then
all the weed's the same.
Da, 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 and the seeds all suck.
The seeds all suck.
It's not even worth it unless you know the guy that grows those ones that you like a lot. Let's give a shout out to Jay Trees. Diesel Cartel, because he's been holding that down for 20 plus years, maybe 27, so that's a go-to. But yeah, the average a glimpse at the whole market is boring. It's all the same stuff. The loss of the wide group.
Shiloh, you're
way to hype up the fucking
you
market.
have above average intelligence.
So jaded.
Okay, I know you. You for one.
If I was lying, would I be wrong?
No, but I'm saying, did you expect something different when legalization happened and cannabis's partner became the government?
Well, we were talking about Willits earlier. We were saying how it used to be popping, and now it's fucking like a desolate nothing happening there, right?
Did you see the study? It was the most drug addicted counties in California. I think it was number 3.
Of course it was.
Guarantee they voted against Prop 213 every year prior to it passing. 215. Sorry. That is something. That's another side we never talk about. Is what happened to all the communities whose economies were based on cannabis, and you had to know.
They shriveled the fuck up is what they did.
The same thing. The person that grew sugarcane, that controlled the sugarcane back in the day. Okay, they sold it for whatever they wanted. It's going to happen as soon as the sexiness and the illegality was taken away from cannabis. Then it became legal. That was the slow fucking crawl to the bottom or to watermark.
To
Weed sold
to spray
out.
packs that smell like your shitty thing.
It did. But there's a comeback of people with like 4 lighters and stuff and experiment growing different strains and different techniques. And, it's you just got to look further. Truth is for the seekers. You got to go beneath the surface to tap in.
And the other thing too is like it's kind of picks and shovels moment where you're like,
don't want this.
Okay, well,
get out of here.
Come up with something good because we've done things repetitively for 20, 30 years. So there's a lot of things that we know that most people haven't experienced yet. So they're going to grow their first plant and realize like, oh shit, now I need to go get that. Now I need
It
to
should
do this.
smell like that.
And then you're like,
I
okay,
learn
well,
stuff all the time.
here
from
you
guys.
go. How about take this thing, cut off the end, stick it like that. There you go. And they're like, holy shit, that's genius. And you're like, it's what we do because we have to. Because like at the end of the day, you're like, if you're gonna fill a reservoir every single day up and spill something on because you don't have a little shelf thing, and you're gonna then maybe if I mount this little thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, genius. So I think in a way that's our goal now is to come up with those little things to help other people do it themselves. You know what I mean? Because
you said something so true because the whole time I'm watching the landlady laugh like she was just in a room with you talking about this.
You cannot give me any advice.
No,
It's just literally like I'm always amazed when I go check out somebody's grow and then they've figured something out for that same reason. Like they've done it 2 million times and then you're like, dude, that's a genius. That's fucking smart right there. Genius. So
going back to 215, recently contacted by Jason Dunlap, who had maybe 3,000 hours of footage from the whole Eddie Lepp era from, I think, 98, 99.
And that's when you first came to Amsterdam too, right? Isn't that pretty much the time?
That's on there. There's all, and, he contacted me and they're getting ready to shop around, do the mini series that they've created, and he shared with me the 24 minutes that he put together, and it's pretty damn emotional.
Right.
It's pretty epic, and you should connect and have him on your show so we could talk more about it to find some sponsorship type of deals, because it's a story that everyone needs to see.
And what are they doing? Like a movie or a miniseries?
No, it's it's a documentary, and I'm telling you, my dude is like, he is a great documentary filmmaker. So I watched 24 minutes of it, and so there's it's 4 series, Is it
all about Eddie Lepp, or is it about the whole scene, or what's it about?
Well, it's really, there's periphery, but it's about Eddie and then of course Linda and the cancer, and then just elevating to the 30,000. Well, they stopped counting at 30,000 plants, and everything in between that. So
that sounds cool. No, that's definitely a story.
He was in Amsterdam in that 24 minutes. So
I remember. I remember the entourage coming through anyway. So it's good to see that they got something out of all that too.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of cameras back in that day, and it's crazy watching the footage. It looks like it was shot in the 70s.
Oh, I know. Isn't it weird when you see stuff like that? You're like, God damn.
Are you sure that it was? It could have been AI. Adam just totally destroyed us earlier.
I make things look old on purpose.
No, but those things, it is funny because it's like all VHS and super, like it looks so old. You're like, God, it looks more like the 60s.
I got a camcorder for just so I can get that graininess.
She has a Polaroid on her right now, Shiloh.
Yeah, I do actually.
Saying.
Yeah, I do. Hey, there we go.
So, do you have any? What are you doing on the breeding front? Because I'm used to seeing your feed standing next to godlike plants.
Camcorder for just so I can get that graininess.
She has a.
What do we got going? Camcorders. I did a couple drops lately. One was more traditional Oaxacan based with some pineapple Thai. You can check out my feed and see that. But
pineapple connection right there. Yeah, that's what.
And then this new one that is just ready is just all gas. F5 818 headband, which is a sour SFE, and then like cross to the headband, the Albany sour diesel, the Roberts Creek Congo, the 91 Kim. So those strains actually I've been working on like 3 or 4 generations, and now they're finally something that like I feel is cool. But
wait, say that again.
Can't you smell it?
No, that was great. For every breeder out there understood everything you were saying. The rest of
Yeah,
us.
it all sounded.
I don't know. Yeah, some people say they have a hard time understanding me, but I don't know.
That's
Maybe.
when you have a very niche passion.
No, Adam, I'm sure Adam followed along.
Well, I know he did.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's also like there's so many different camps now, and with so many different strains that are like, occasionally they'll be like, oh, there you go, there's a quintessential. Everybody, okay, Cam 91, we know where he's at. Everything else, it's all on different projects that he's already done. So it's like I'd have to stand there to figure it out. Congolese,
Yeah,
of course.
I'm super excited about that Robert Street Congo, crossed with that male that I had mentioned. And there's like two main phenos that one's green and one kind of is purple tints. And the purple one's more sticky and it's kind of sweeter. And my homie liked it better. But the other one is that neon green. Remember, that's the color that's lost in weed, that fluorescent neon
100%.
green.
Yeah.
You know that's the one when you see that. And oh, man.
Yeah, it's funny because it's the one that I have that's probably the most neon right now is that Trinity, old school Trinity from.
Oh yeah, that has a color for sure.
And it's got that, and it's like
trend.
And when it's flowering, it's got such vigor. Like it's an old fucking plant, but it's got more vigor than anything in the room. Like you're just like, holy fuck, dude! Like what is that?
Yeah, it could have some resistance, to be that strong after all those years. And oh wait, I can't. I signed an NDA.
I have a question, guys. What gives the lime green effect? And
It's just genetics. It's just genetics.
Yeah. Well, okay, well, break it down for me.
It's more
it's just expression. So certain colors are correlated with potency, and certain colors are more associated with like a sweet smell. So at one time super silver haze, and the early diesels, they had that silver tint, and that was associated with the high, maybe not high potency, but they got you really high. This is when we used to test it on hippies, not on machines. So these strains had
grab that. That's a drop.
As well as the neon green to white bud with the huge calyxes and just like surface area. And if you know, that's why I call it Shiloh Sabes.
Well,
I just know seeing the plant at your place.
Well, at the opposite side of that, like let's go with purple with the anthocyanins. So that's like all the rage now because people who don't grow weed are dictating the market, but the growers never wanted that. Like there was never a point in time, like there'd be like a couple.
Isn't that something?
There'd be a couple on this because they were interesting and whatever, but they were never the ones. You know what I mean? They were always like sometimes good producers, sometimes mold resistant, and there were certain attributes that made purple interesting, but it was never like the high.
No, I said it before. We used to throw the purple strains away. A lot of people got active in the comments, but we did. You know what I mean? The first purple, I gotta give it up to the Philo Phil, and that Grape Ape was the first purple that was really, and that shit didn't really get you high anyway, dog. It didn't have that expanded.
Didn't they have rap songs about that? The purple
lime green is correlated to having the expando lung effects. That's what I'm going to hypothesize here today.
More science on the Adam Dunn show.
Nobody has talked about that in a while.
True science. Now, expansion was the thing back in the day because then everybody did bong hits, and you were looking for that lung expansion. You know what I mean? And if you got it, you were like, oh, that's the shit right there. And it was very.
And then if you were lucky, you'd have like a mini DMT trip where you thought it was like a minute or 3, but it was like 30 seconds, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. Back in the day when I lived in Durango. don't
Sorry, we all
It was 2007. Okay.
We all
and I was driving up to festivals and all that shit, but I would always play this game with pot and like my pipe, and I would just like take the biggest hit and expand my lungs, I guess, under the tunnels, and I would just hold it all the way. There's sometimes I definitely got close to passing out.
Tunnel hit. That's a good.
That's a mandatory.
Yeah.
Road trip, you have to take the hit right before the tunnel.
While you're driving, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hold your breath.
You gotta give yourself a present, right?
Sure.
And then it's just like a little game.
It's a little head rush.
OD on it.
No, but it's funny when you get. It is funny though when you know like it's like it actually is starting to get to you like, oh shit, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
Because at first you're like totally confident, no problem, but then about halfway you're like, maybe it's gonna get rough. And
No, she did back in the day when she did that in 2017. It was a long, long time ago.
2007.
No, she had her fresh lungs then. Her lungs were young.
They really were.
Young lungs.
Damn.
7.
I started hurting recently.
Weed was still popping back then. You probably got some good shit. So you know
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
I do.
But you don't
know,
get that.
I
when
do
you
know
get, like,
some things. Yeah.
So Shiloh, who is growing? And I ask this truly because he knows I've been looking for this for years and years and years.
We've already found it.
No, I'm not talking about the cough.
Okay.
So, Northern California, little town called Petrolia.
Oh, Petrolia head stash.
Is that what it was, really?
Yeah.
The 1983.
Those were pre-Afghani indica or whatever. I guess there's no indica. There's no sativa. Soviet Afghan,
right? Exactly.
ash plants.
Because that smell, I'll never forget it, and I've yet to see it again from there. I mean, it felt like
it's a banger right there.
You would
Never
just
liked
talk
the first
about
time.
it. Well, yeah. You would talk about it being the soil
on the side there.
Bingo.
Yeah, who's that? Max Pfeffer.
We got Max coming in from, guess what, Vinny? Fubar Organics, your favorite name.
And with Doc Schmeckel, we just sort of
he can
forgot.
come back. He can come back whenever he wants.
Okay.
You're a Schmeckel.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. What's his
Herb
name?
Schmengi.
Schmengi. Sorry.
I don't even know the real name at this point.
Schmeckel. That's what I call everyone, really.
Everyone?
Yeah, everyone's a Schmeckel.
Hold on, let me get you guys, let me work on
Look at that with the build of soils. He's
Most people. But yo, it's pizza. I'm gonna go down to town and eat some pizza tonight. Maybe smash a couple IPAs. But thanks for having me on and
always.
Touch base.
Are you
But like I
translating? Are you saying cheetza because you're cheating off of your fucking guns diet?
Is that,
Is that what you're trying to say?
I really like. I
Holy
just really
fuck! Who are you?
And then ribeyes and like some broccoli.
Oh, who are you?
But tonight you're going all carbs. Carb.
Yeah, because it's like we don't really go to town, and then my wife, she's on the same thing because of course we share the same diet, and she's going hard at the gym too. So we go down to town. And we see a couple hometown heroes, and
You're
then
so funny, cheetza.
Cheetza, baby, let's get it. Let's go. Let's grow. Like I said, most of it's under an NDA, but I'll talk to you soon, Dunn.
All right,
thanks for having me, guys.
Don't tell anybody.
I got it all situated now. It's going to change. There
All
we
right,
go.
Max, what's going on?
Hold on.
Double
I'm
winner.
gonna
We got a
take a
double winner, and
Bam.
coming off of a string of wins. We have Max. You can't stop him. Unstoppable.
A string of wins.
Obviously growing organic if you're wearing your build of soil, so I can imagine you're no-till, I would imagine, right?
Is that his logo behind him, by the way?
You would think.
Yeah.
If it's FUBAR, yeah. It's all
I like
FUBAR'd
it.
up. And you set the bar low with the name. That's good. You don't have to even, you're like, dude, I could just, it could work.
Yeah.
It could not work. It's up to the...
I'm taking risks.
It's up to the plant. Well, welcome to the show.
Welcome. Your mic doesn't appear to be on.
Off organics.
There we go.
Like organics, think people, might be a little like less potent or something, but nah, man, it's better in my,
It's
the way
more,
I do it.
It's definitely more satisfying from, from the smoker's point of view for sure. From the grower's point of view, there can be, some yield limitations here and there because you just can't push them that hard, and you have to kind of let it eat up what it's got, and you don't want to get into that. There's no reason you can't push it. It's like at a certain point you just got to know what to feed the soil so that the plants are there. You know what I mean? And that's
that. Man. Hell yeah, it's all about the soil. All about the soil. You're feeding the soil, not the plant. And the way I do it.
Look at this guy. He's almost like he works for Build a Soil.
It's professional Build a Soil rep right there.
How many times do you have to say Build a Soil on this show for Jeremy to give you more nutrients? I'm just saying, is there a side deal going on? Because we can help. We can say Build a Soil. 855-877-SOIL.
Give him a call.
Give him a call. Tell him you heard about it on the Adam Dunn show. Tell him that his products actually helped FUBAR Organics win. What? Tell us what you won.
So I got in Gene Traders, I got 2 firsts. First in Chem Cross and Straight Chem. The Chem Cross was the Gorilla Glue, actually.
Good combo.
Yeah, the Chem was the Straight Chem 91. I also got 3rd in the Sour Cross for the Gorilla Glue. And then in the OMG ATC, I got the first place in chem for frickin' milk and cookies, actually, and second place in chem for the Gorilla Glue again, actually. Funny enough.
Come here. Nice. And then, and how is the competition looking this year? Because I'm definitely going next year, but I didn't make it this time.
Yeah, fucking stiff, man. I mean, I tried what I could at the award ceremony.
That's what I was going to ask. That's what I was going to ask because we had Eddie on earlier, and he said he didn't really get to try anything. I was like, really, nothing? I was like, damn, you got at least, got to get a kind of an idea because it's hard though. I usually at most shows, I end up smoking all my own weed too because it's like I don't really know what's going on.
Do you smoke your own weed?
Always, yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
It's kind of it comes with the territory, right?
Yeah,
You're
right.
like-
That's you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor, literally.
It's just also knowing what's gone because it's like if you're a chef, you're gonna have a hard time eating out because you're just gonna be like, dude, I don't trust this fucking guy.
I judge a lot of restaurants.
I don't trust.
I'm a home cook and I judge. I
don't go out.
Yeah.
Know your chef. Yeah.
Well,
know
I do
who's-
drink Dr. Pepper. I know that's also a habit I have to kick. I know.
We always have
Fuck.
these young kids on the show, and
You
they
know, we
always
all
have
have
the
our
worst
vices.
habits. Like when the kid was on the show. So you've been listening to the show for a while, right? I guess is that what I heard? Or
Probably the first time I heard you guys is in 2017.
okay, nice. So that's
Not me. Not yet. Was I there? Did I do a
the
show?
kid, so I was gonna say you were here. You were listening when we had the kid. And you remember the kid would always come in and he'd be like, he would have like Taco Bell and fucking bunch of bullshit. And me and Mitch would both be like, dude, do you really eat that?
90s kids.
Dude, I fucking love Taco Bell. Dude, it's fucking this
We
shit,
love
dude.
mediocre food. What is the problem?
Now he's food.
Fuck.
Now he has
yeah,
a
I
child.
know.
Now
I
he-
know.
Now he has a child.
But Taco Bell doesn't make me feel as bad as it used to.
Don't even try to defend Taco Bell. on this
Tell us how
I
much you love
will.
Adam again.
What?
How much do you love Adam? How much
Dave,
did
this
he change
is
you?
Dave.
Okay. I now have to give up Dr. Pepper.
All right, hold on. Zip it. Oh, Dr. Pepper. What was that now?
I fucking love Dave, man. I love Dave's vibe. Everybody's hating on Dave all the time, but fucking big ups to Dave. man.
Yeah.
Dave, did you hear that?
Dave.
I'm listening. Keep going.
Dave,
Don't stop.
Yeah, keep going.
Don't stop.
Boost his ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Fuck all the haters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
Okay, though.
'em.
It's okay. I'm older than you.
Yeah, come over.
I can
Yeah.
say whatever I want.
Yeah.
You know how that works.
Just do whatever the fuck you
I
want.
respect your elders.
Thank you. You respect your elders over here.
I respect my elders.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're down, way down there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
In this room, you're like down.
I know I'm at the bottom of the barrel, and I'm okay with that.
So we know you've been listening to the show for a while, but how long have you been listening to today's show? Did you hear Stacy tell a story from way back in the day, from 2007?
Yeah, that's like saying.
Way back in the day.
So-
OG's times.
Man.
Just making sure. Just want to.
Again, I was born in 1988.
All right.
Yeah.
So
89.
There we go.
Oh,
hey,
more youths.
hey. I'm not the
Hey.
youngest now. Hey. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So she's now the second youngest on the show.
Speak millennial to each other.
Oh yeah. It's just, yeah.
What's up?
Wait, isn't Katie a millennial too?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
She's at the edge though. She's on the edge.
we're the generation after Gen X. Fuck.
Dude, I
Can't win.
In high school. I didn't even have respect for kids born in 1970. I was like, you're a fucking totally different generation, kid.
You know
I was like,
that's-
I'm from the 60s, bro. You're from the 70s. 70s ain't
I'm
happening.
70 by
Yeah,
a
that-
month and 7
See,
days.
that's what I would say. I would not respect. Like back in the day, I wouldn't even talk to you, bro. I'd be like,
What was the
You
what
wouldn't
was
even
the
talk to
alcohol age?
what do you mean? What's
Was it really 69, right? If you
Whenever
were
you
born in
wanted.
70, no. If you were born in 70 in a few states, you could not drink when you turned 18. That's when they made it change.
That's how you knew we were the coolest.
Yeah.
Oh,
generation
that you
ever.
were the coolest generation? Okay,
69,
boomer.
bro.
Yeah,
Can't
okay,
really go-
boomer.
It's not
This
boomer.
is where you go, okay, zoomer.
Look at wait, hold on a sec for
not a
just for
boomer.
a second. The youngest guy on camera right now has the least amount of hair. I'm just saying.
I think it's by choice though.
Yeah.
It
It's a
does not
vibe.
matter.
Yeah.
It does not matter. Just saying. He has the most color, least amount of hair.
Okay, there
Just
you go.
saying.
Bald is in.
Oh,
There we
look at
go.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
see, you better strike while. Wait,
Yeah, The Rock brought it
Tate,
back.
Andrew Tate brought it back. Or what?
Yeah, The Rock. He made cue ball really cool. Yeah, there we go.
Orange juice.
I'm glad that
Fit
did
for a
that.
king. So what are you growing these days? What's the strain that put you on the map? Tell us about what you got going on.
It's got to be the Gorilla Glue. Ironically enough, as old as it sort of is now, and how nobody really talks about it anymore, but it's that's what in Gene Traders and got the second in the Chem and ATC. Yeah, what?
No, I was gonna say, well, when Gorilla Glue hit the market, it really stood out because it has that uniformity and it has that ability for a person who's never really grown properly good weed to fucking all of a sudden just put out fire, and you're like, holy shit! It is the easiest. It was almost at its downfall because it was so easy. It was kind of like Blue Dream, same thing. Blue Dream, you could grow like no problem. One guy could handle a shitload of it because it was all very equal and very simple. But I think people take it for granted, you know what I mean? So at a certain point, oh, dude, it's going to be around forever, and then everybody moved on to something else for some
That's
reason.
just how life cycles work.
Knowing, and then the people that just sort of I'm just going to do this, they fucking never lost, you know what I mean? Because it kind of it always came in very consistently. Whereas if you're trying to chasing the next flavor, what's the next thing? It was always the yields went down. Like cookies killed the whole yield game. Everybody's yields went way the fuck down. But back when people were doing Gorilla Glue, everyone had good yields. It was always a very consistent fucking plant. Only other problem though is it was one of the first HPLVD plants that was passed around in mass, and so a lot of people got their first taste of that because it was the first plant that got flagged because people were growing so much of it. So then once word got out, then people didn't want to take it in because they were expecting that it probably had it, and nobody really was wanting to test. So I think that also was part of the loss of it being out there a lot. But it's still, they have a new purple chem that's coming out of the camp right now from them, from the original stock, and apparently it's fire. So I'm curious to see that one.
Is everything fire?
Only if it's been
in this circle.
If it's been tested by the right people, and we decide.
It's fire.
But it has to be for really,
Yeah,
Well,
it really
if
has
you
to be
had
You can't
weed,
just throw that name on anything. Come
No.
on.
would you bring it around here if it wasn't amazing? Why would you?
I would honestly, I would just bring my weed here and just be like, please judge it.
Judge me
Because
now.
judge
me.
judge it. I just need to know.
In 6.5 years, I think it's happened once. That we said, does anyone have any weed? And somebody brought us some weed, and we each took one hit off of it and put the joint down.
Oh, that was bad. No, that was bad. We didn't. You shouldn't do that. That's like finding weed on. That's like finding weed on the floor and being like, "Should we smoke it?" You're like, "Nah, I don't know. Probably not."
will-
Or taking random pills or something that you found. Oh, this is blue. I don't know. Give me the green
Ground
ones.
score, hey.
So what's interesting? How many other winners on these different competitions that you did were also growing organically? Because what we did our ADSI, unbeknownst to, because we did everything 100% blind. We made sure that that our people didn't even know what was going on as far as, for the most part, it was only one master list. And it was just out of, the top 3 were all organic. And it was well, fuck, there you go. That pretty much nails that, right?
Interesting.
Other stuff looked better, but it didn't win because the effects weren't there and the taste 100% wasn't there. So did you notice that? Or was there anybody else growing organic besides you?
I started growing hydro in 2017. That's when I went full into growing as sort of a side hustle, full-time job sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not fucking figure it out. So, but I've always had a background in organics and I ran my organic farm in my organic garden, I should say, in in SUNY Plattsburgh, where I went to college. But like, so I couldn't fucking figure out hydro, but so I
When you say you couldn't figure it out, it was just you're having a couple failures in a row, like a couple couldn't get the environment correct, or
of it. Like, you got to stay on top of that shit, you know? And it wasn't really like my vibe, you know? But like, I'm not about the waste when it comes to hydro. But so I threw myself fully into organic, man, and I'm 100% organic. Follower of Dr. Elaine Egham.
Of course, we've had her on the show. We've had her on the show a long time ago. With Mitch, of course. Only went back when the show was good. Back when we had great guests, because Mitch.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, we had her on one of the early shows with Mitch. So it was funny because we had, Lowenfels, and we had her, and we had all these people, like, before I even knew half of who these people were, and Mitch was just, like, on fire, like, oh, because we hadn't had a reputation of being a complete fucking shit show half the time. So it was like, but now we've had him on again, and she's awesome. I mean, the whole thing with all the people that are passionate about organic growing is that at the end of the day, it's just like it has to be not just cannabis, it has to be everything. You know what I mean? You have to incorporate it into your whole lifestyle, because you can't be like, oh, I'm going to treat my weed all organically, but I'm going to drink fucking crap like Dr. Pepper or something.
I was about to say, put Dr. Pepper in the bong, right?
So I think that's
Dave?
important, and you see that a lot where people don't kind of like live up to the lifestyle that their plants are living up to. But you know what I mean? Like, I think you should like kind of, it's good to kind of bring it all together because it makes it easy.
Yeah.
The plants are fucking people, man. We're so similar in ways that, like, we're just beginning to understand. Like, the importance of bacteria to both us and the plants are
Well,
immense,
everybody's getting more conscious now of biomes, right? Like microbiome, and then the rhizosphere for the plants is kind of like their little, their plants have external stomachs, basically, is what it comes down to, right? And we have internal, and so it's like you just have to treat the environment around the plant as a stomach, you know what I mean? And so when you start thinking like that, you start feeding them, and then you see that's like, oh, okay, well, that was easy. Like now it's responsive to, whereas when you're doing hydro, it's like the system controls your life. You know what I mean? Like you walk in, there's a leak on the table. I got to fix the leak. You don't even have time to look at the plants. By the time you get to the plants, you're already tired from fucking, because you had to follow the leak to figure out that you got to, I got to change this like filter.
That
then
sounds like
this pump is
a water level in a video game, something I would not want to do.
It's just stuff that's so like unnecessary. And the shitty part, I think what fucked me up with hydro, because in Holland, everything's hydro, right? Like that's that when I moved there, everything was rock wool drip, right? That's pretty much how everyone did it. Then cocoa kind of came into play, and I liked that better. But for the longest time, I was just growing on rock wool, running everything the way you're supposed to, as far as like, follow their fucking A/B stupid programs and stuff. But it was also like I envied America, because America had still had this sort of like earth juice, and there was a few couple. Botanicare was a good company. There's a few companies that I was like, this is way more what I like. You know what I mean? And over there, it was like salt. You know what I mean? Like, here's a big bag of fucking salt. And you'd be like, ugh. And everything was kind of like based around that, because they're so used to growing giant warehouse or giant fucking greenhouses for acres and acres and acres of tomatoes and acres of tulips, and they have like one guy running the entire 10 acres, you know what I mean? And you're like, dude, you got this shit dialed in. Like, why would we pay people? We have just boop, 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 boop. They have like everything's all computerized and crazy. And so I got totally sucked into that, thinking that was the way to go. But now you see that it's like, not really, dude. It's like, it doesn't give you the best product.
It's marketing.
The way it works to like a certain extent, right? I guess it depends what you're looking for. But
yeah, it's great if you're looking for volume, you know what I mean? And you're looking for, but not for quality. It's very hard. I mean,
there's millions of interactions going on with the root zones there, between the exudates and the bacteria and the fungi, shit that we're just starting to wrap our heads around. People like Dr. Elaine Ingham and people like her. I mean, they're just starting to learn this stuff, right? It's like,
yeah, and it's crazy when you really break it down. You start to go like, dude, how the fuck does that even work? Like it's crazy. It's crazy as a it's kind of like you can scare yourself at night if you start reading books about medical books or whatever. Like, this is what happens inside your body. It's like, holy shit, dude. How am I doing all that? Like, something's got to go wrong. That's too many things.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
And so
Just never Google it. And plus, Google's always wrong.
You don't ever get down that rabbit hole because you're like, oh, maybe what is
Conspiracy.
that?
Google's always
I have
wrong.
what?
Yeah, you don't want. But with organic stuff, it is like you're saying. Like every year we come deeper. We go a little deeper down to the point where, it is truly magic when it comes to like the ability for nature to do what, if you tried to do it industrially, would be like really complicated and hard. Like it's like funny. Like right now, you got dumbasses like Bill Gates out there going like, we need to block out the sun because we don't want to. Last thing we want to do is have. They're
overcomplicating things.
Well, no, they even said like we need to build machines to take the CO2 out of the air, and it's like, dude, they're fucking trees. You pick out a tree. Like, oh no, trees
I can't own the patent on a tree.
Trees have too many issues. Like it's like
they're too alive.
I was like, what are you talking about, dude? Like it is literally
it's not enough machine.
Built self-replicating machine that takes care of the CO2. Just put it out there, please.
No, the reason is that anybody can go plant a tree.
Well, this is like the Lorax, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I brought it back.
How long have humans been around? I mean, we're pretty smart and stuff. I do, I appreciate humans' intelligence, but
Well,
plants
fungi started it all, right? It was definitely a bacteria and fungus that were out there.
I guess it's
before
part of the same. Right? We're part plant in ourselves in some ways, right? Like, I mean, we all, like you're saying, we all evolved from that single organism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or we might just be.
And some of us still are.
Yeah, we might just be the evolutionary progression of psilocybin.
Well, sea sponge was the first THC. Had the first THC receptor, right? So that was like we're connected closely. We know. As far as any THC receptors in our brains are connected to sea sponges, so.
Oh, so I'm a sea sponge, like
You are
SpongeBob.
so SpongeBob.
Yeah,
look at you.
okay,
Look at how happy she is now. Finally, I made her show.
Yeah, there we go. That's my
now.
person,
That's my
SpongeBob.
generation.
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. It is my generation.
Seinfeld.
Actually, a little past me.
Yeah, but good when you came home from the after parties.
Yeah.
You'd go like, SpongeBob's cool.
Every now and then you
Like
just
I used
get
to,
high.
we did.
It was always on.
Yeah.
Well, we used to do Powerpuff Girls. That was always good.
Oh, Powerpuff Girls was a tits.
When you came home and you're all super high and their eyes are about that big and you're like, they're on drugs too. Like, come on, we all did that.
Yeah.
You all had the epiphany.
I'm Bubbles.
I mean, this Professor whatever with his liquid X.
Professor. Oh fuck.
Yeah, but he had the X. He had the.
Now I'm lost for words, and I know
Let
sugar spice
me
and
bring it back
everything
for a
nice.
second.
Yeah.
Just so you realize, in 2007, back in the day, okay, right?
Back in the day
My
when
son
I graduated
was 14
high
years
school.
old.
I graduated high school.
So you knew all about the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, I
Yeah.
heard all about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I
So-
told you it was a tits.
So, being in New York, do you make the pilgrimage to pay homage to Mr. Rosendogs? And because if so, we're wondering if you can recover a debt for the show. He's been rolling these raps, and Adam taught him how to do it. And I think, how many raps has he sold?
He said thousands.
Thousands. Okay, thousands.
I want my dollar. I want my dollar.
Yeah, and what is he? Like $10 a piece, right?
Well, he's
More than
selling
that,
them? Or
yeah.
No, a lot more than that. They're
So-
ounces. They're at least like what? Couple.
Adam gets his dollar. I'm just saying,
I
we
mean-
need somebody with that. You got the bald head going. You could probably look scary,
You
right?
gotta wear something more aggressive than loyal to the soil, though, because that's
Yeah, that's a dead giveaway.
They'll be like, this guy's not gonna do nothing.
Get the microbes to come beat you up.
You just gotta have the hoodie. Gotta have the hoodie.
You have a hoodie?
He's wearing a hoodie.
Is that a hoodie? I can't say.
Flip it up. Flip it. Oh, now.
There we go.
Oh, that looks much
way
scarier.
more scarier. Yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
like a secret society. Like,
No, that looks
dude,
kind of
yeah.
like cartelish. Like you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. No.
Oh
Anonymous.
yeah, sell
He's
it.
like the living
Sell it.
Yeah.
living anonymous.
Sell it. I hope you're listening, Rosendogs, and don't let Mrs. Rosendogs defend you or anything like that, because we know how. Just it's money.
So no New Tarp City didn't win anything this time, huh?
They win everything.
I know
they had
that,
to
but
win
that's what
something.
No, they didn't. Right?
Maybe they didn't enter then.
They did. They 100% did.
Oh, that's surprising. Those guys are our fire. Absolutely fire. See, I'm using fire again.
Fire.
Yeah.
Everything's fire.
Hold on. One more time because you got noise gate thing going.
Their LMNOZ is
That
great.
we have only heard nothing but good things about that. So
We were supposed to have some, right?
I know,
Somebody was
it's
supposed
tough.
to.
It's tough
supposed
when
to
people tell you how
be
great something
here.
is, and then you never get it. You're like,
Yeah.
oh well, it's kind of like. But I have heard only.
That's
good
why you
things.
never bring it up, and you're just like, well.
It's like what happened to Vinny when somebody
Yeah.
said they wanted to buy all his barbecue, and he's like, "You can pay for it now." He's like, "No, you'll just pay for it when you come back." Then they don't come back.
Oh yeah, you gotta get a deposit.
You know.
Oh yeah,
No,
something.
just get it paid for.
Pays.
They're coming back.
Yeah.
So do you?
Mars too was throwing some of that, and it was fucking very, very good.
The do you have? So you're just doing all like personal stuff at the moment, or do you have any affiliations with any groups out there, or shops, or?
Nah, yeah, just pretty much just personal. Got my few peeps that keep me afloat, but yeah, personal. Got 5 lights pretty much.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Like even Shiloh was saying, that's where it's going, man. It's going back to the small spot where people can actually, be there attentively, take care of it properly, grow it, without waste, like not having to like set it and forget it, because that's how most of the grows used to be. It was like, I'm doing 4 houses in the same day, and you like run in and you check all your reservoirs and you fucking make sure things are still there. Everything's okay. If everything's looking good, whatever. You might take a little maintenance time, but for the most part, it's like going in and coming out is when all the work really goes down. The rest of the time, it's just sort of a maintenance program. And people tend to go like, well, if I could do one place, I could do 7 places. And then it's like, yeah, okay.
That's exactly what this industry was like the first year that we legalized.
You can, but there's no way you're taking as good a care as if you're sitting at your house and you're like, every hour or two you kind of
I know people in Oklahoma
diddle
that
dally
suck.
down to the spot and double check, and nothing's really changed. And you're like, okay. And I'm like, it's weird because like nothing changes for the longest time, and then everything changes. And then when it starts changing, it's like on a daily, like you're like, holy shit, this, and it's all coming quickly at the weeks 6, and 7, week 7, 8, 9, all of a sudden it's just like, holy.
Yeah, but he gets to pay attention to every plant, every light.
That's what I mean.
Nothing goes wrong. Everything gets watered properly.
Well, it's got to, if it's going to be foobarred, it's got to at least go wrong once in a while. You know what I mean? It can't be like, never foobarred.
Ha 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 ha! It's always foobarred.
I mean, that's the thing about. I always tell everybody with cannabis, it's it's all what not to do, not what to do. Because what to do is up to you. What not to do, though, I can give you 100 examples of what not to do, and probably everybody has that. Classic issues that we all run into because they're repetitive and they always have the same results. Whereas what to do, it's so personal that if you try to tell somebody what to do, they might not have access to the same shit that you've got. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes luckily, Build a Soil is easy. You can get everything from them and have the same program like their earthworm castings. Did you see that test that Jeremy did online where he tested all the different brands of earthworm castings, and it was like crazy.
Yeah, compost. The quality of compost is such a factor.
Yeah, and they had like 15x wiggle worm, right? So if you bought 1 bag of wiggle worm, it's $22. You buy 1 bag of his, it's $100, right? But it's 15x in the amount of activity and life force within the bag, right? Because you get little like worm eggs, and you get little baby worms, and you get all that with his stuff. Whereas that stuff, you get a bunch of fucking black goop that you think it could be good, but it's also who knows what they're feeding those worms. And that's the problem, is like
black goop.
When you're working with worm castings, if it's industrial waste that they're working with, it's not going to be good earthworm castings compared to if you're feeding them organic inputs. And then all of a sudden, because the worms are just little factories that just say, pooping it out. So like if you're giving them bad inputs, then you're not getting.
Damn, this is a lot of context.
Whoa. But that's why we love Jeremy's shit, because it's
what's the
quality
best
over
soil?
Quantities.
Buildasoil.com, 855-877-SOIL. And remember, there's going to be a quiz after the show, Stacey.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're growing in beds, or I'm assuming?
Yep, 2x4s. hoping to get bigger in the future. I mean, the more soil volume, the better.
Don't we all?
Yeah, I got 3x3s, which I like because you can kind of still put them on wheels if you need to, or it's their move. They're because and I had the big long 16-footer deals, before, but I was like, you're putting in so much soil in those things. It's crazy. Like you're just keep going and going. You're like, oh my god, dude, we're up to like $600 in fucking just inputs to fill this bitch up because it's like, they're huge. But so the 3x3s are good. In general, is it all grassroots? You got the grassroots? Is that what you're using, or the bed?
No, I'm mixing my own.
No, I mean the bags or the beds or the grass.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, it's good company. But yeah, it's interesting to see that people now have like done some pretty decent sized rooms with living soil. It's all about figuring out the right, because there's so much weight. Like you got to figure out how to make that thing slide, and if you got X amount of, all of a sudden it starts getting like, even with all the soil, it's heavy, but then you got to add, now you're adding water in there, and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, look at the legs. I've seen people try to use the original tables, and it's like, that is not going to work, dude. Like those are not rated for anything like that. They're rated for little bags of fucking.
I just want you to go back and say what the legs were again.
What?
Then you went rah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great, especially when you got all that weight on there.
I
You're like,
saw it in my head.
Yeah, see? Sound effect is necessary.
Yeah.
we do that around here.
Okay.
It happens.
Yeah.
Beep, bop. Anybody you want to plug
Bing
before
bong.
we let you go and we start selling some ads and end the show?
Besides Build a Soil, because we've already hyped them up a lot now, Jeremy's.
Did you say your mom?
Yeah, my mom. She's a real one.
Nice.
She's
Nice. We love a good mom.
She helped take care of the plants with you, or just take care of you?
Yes. Yeah, growing a lot for her too, because she unfortunately got breast cancer a little bit ago.
Oh, damn
But she's dead, and thanks to the weed, probably.
Yeah. But she does help you with the plants sometimes, or?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Sometimes. Right, yo, Adam. I think I read one time, like, do you have something to do with the Catskills or Woodstock?
Yeah, that's where I was born. I was born in Woodstock.
Dude, that's where I'm at, man.
Oh, nice. That to me was, I was up near. So Woodstock is where I was born, but then later we kind of went back up to Hudson and a few other spots. Just had friends with farms that stayed up there. But yeah, the Catskills is the shit. Really, it was it's where all the now it seems like where all the growers have ended up anyway, because it's like if you're going to be close enough to the city, but yet still up in the fucking right Rip Van Winkle zone up there. It's very, very. It's got a lot of history, which I love.
So wait a minute, Woodstock was what, middle of July 1969?
Yeah, I was born in June.
I know, so that's a month beforehand. So did your mom?
No, she was like, "Fuck that big mess." Got a 1-month-old baby.
That hippie fest.
That was when I was living, because we lived above some bar, and my mom had we didn't have a cradle thing, so they used a drawer in the fucking spot.
That's what everybody did.
Yeah, exactly. I was in the top drawer baby. I was top drawer baby over here.
Yeah, everybody.
I had a crib.
You had a crib?
I had a crib. Yeah.
Zoomer.
You
Sorry.
Zoomer, you.
Yeah. Okay, boomer.
You can stick around and do some ads with us. We don't.
I almost lost it with the Zoomer. That was a good one.
You can tell how professional we
I
are.
was teaching Dave how to respond to Okay Boomer earlier.
Well, she actually gave it to us.
Do you have any more competitions you're in coming into in the next few months, or this is it? Now you're too many wins.
Going out on top. That's it. One and done. Bam.
No, he did multiples. How is the Gene Traders going? Do they have any shows coming up soon, or?
Yeah, they got a few. I think they're doing a lot this summer.
Nice. I'll get back in touch with them because it's good to see that they kind of stuck to it, because it's it's one of those ones where Lou was out there a lot earlier than most people doing stuff when it's hard, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, it seems like now it's saturated over there with events, so it would kind of like the classic scenario of, you lay it all out for everybody, and then it's hard to capitalize on it at all or keep people in.
Gene Traders keeps at it. They come up in my feed all the time. I interacted with him.
Yeah.
He'll come back on the show anytime we want him to.
So I will get back. Yeah, we'll get in touch with him soon and see what's going on with that. And then, if like I said, you can hang out if you want. We're just going to do the ads.
And again, the recovery, anybody in your family, a knee break or anything like that, we can send them down to Rosendog.
Wheat makes me too much of a.
For sure.
All right.
No, good having you on the show.
Thank you.
Have fun up there in the Catskills, and we'll see you soon, I guess.
Peace.
Peace out, Max.
Bye.
All right. Well, we got.
Should we go backwards?
Backwards.
Yeah, sure. You're running the show.
I don't know. We're already here. Bill Soil, we already shouted them out all day. 855.
Can't stop shouting out Bill Soil.
No, you can't because they're awesome.
And apparently, we're going to be going. They're going to have to talk to Jeremy again, but we are going to get the affiliate program working because he's got it all dialed in now.
Say it isn't so.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's not going to. You're not going to have to call. We're going to have
Memorial Day.
Dedicated.
We're going to have dedicated affiliate program because we've been there for. Actually, they've been with us for the longest of all of our sponsors. So, got it even longer than
855. 877.
See that they updated their website. It looks like too.
Tell them you heard about it on the show. Pick up some Miles products. However, this is what we find out. We're sharing a joint with somebody on the show.
Oh,
here.
and she tells us half
an
hour.
Half a joint in.
I was contagious like 5 days ago. Is what I was trying to say, but cat got my tongue.
I'm
Sorry.
dying over here. I'm dying.
God, fuck.
You guys fucked up.
But
Yeah,
this
that's
little
fucked.
device hopefully saved us. We had
It did.
another experience with another blonde on the
Prophylactic
show.
for your joint.
We didn't get COVID.
Yep, yeah.
Because we use this.
Mhm.
So it's called a Yo Tip. It is the better way to smoke. It makes any joint, any pre-roll hit better. It just funnels the smoke down to a little millimeter point,
Funnelator.
and it keeps you safe. Everybody gets a tip. You pass the joint, not
you
the
get a tip.
tip,
You get a tip. You get a tip.
not the germs,
tip?
not the sinus infection.
No tip.
Yo's tip.
Okay, and certainly not the Wook flu,
No.
the hippie lip, or the COVID.
Or the
Yeah.
yeet fucking Ute.
Measles, whatever.
Ute.
The measles, yes.
You don't want Utes.
Utes,
stuff. Whatever that
All
is.
Ute juice.
So you go to yotip.com. Tell me you heard about it on the Adam
I
Dunn
better
Show.
go to yotip.com.
Yo Products
Is that a
LLC
new
on
packaging
Instagram.
there,
It
Jeff?
is the new packaging.
I might have never seen that.
You know what I will say? I did notice today in my email, which I rarely check anymore, that I did have a shipment from Mr. Elliot Sternberg. So we do have some new products coming our way. Yotip.com. You want a medical card for cannabis in Colorado? You need some microdose mushroom therapy? You go to holoshealth.org. You tell me you heard about it on the show.
I'll do that.
So I just reached out to Christian.
Clean your go lately, or is it still a big mess?
It's still a big mess. Yeah,
She doesn't know the ways.
I know.
It's so easy to clean.
Adam, what do we say? Kids these days.
Kids these days, I know.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Clean up your room.
I'm sorry for my
Clean
generation.
up your Dabex.
I'm sorry.
Go, please.
We suck. We're the worst.
So it is a revolution in new dabbing. All you need to do is go to dabex.com. You enter Dunn Deal at checkout. You get 20% off. That's $159 for a go and a cleaning kit shipped to your house. The Reclaim and the Vapor never share the same path. That's why you have this clean disc. You put it in it's in a silicone disc. You put it in the freezer overnight. You crack it out. Perfect for edibles. Easy to clean. Dabex.com.
I felt like that was an insult. But I love mine.
14er.
You go to 14 or Boulder. You enter Dunn Deal at checkout. You get 20% off everything in your cart. They are not an organic grower like we were just talking, but they're the closest thing they can be. They use as minimal amount of input on the other side of the fence. Their concentrates, their rosin, their BHO is processed by Apothecary. Their pre-rolls are actually really good. And the new vape product they have, the disposable Pixie, is probably one of the best smoking experiences for a product like that in the market today. So you go to 14erboulder.com, Dunn Deal at checkout, 20% off. Grove bags, you're going to find that you're going to put cannabis in these bags and they come out like cannabis that was in a jar. It really, you can actually have some bud in one of these bags, forget about it, come back months later, and it's still
And if you're doing an event, contact them because you can get custom stuff made, and it's going to keep your product equal no matter if it's in a humid environment or a dry environment. Doesn't matter which way. It's going to keep it right at between 58 and 62% humidity, which is awesome and amazing. Like, I've given Dave and these guys buds, and they have like not even seen the thing.
We didn't know how old it was.
5 months, 6 months, and open it up and it's still good.
That's
Whereas
the fact.
glass, as much as we love it, it definitely doesn't hold it, and all other bags are inferior to the Grove bag.
Inferior.
And I have been reusing my Adam Dunn Show Turplock bag.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah,
Go.
yeah, it's very
you don't need to throw
reusable.
It. Like, you don't need to throw it away.
Yeah.
It's like it'll last forever.
Grovebags.com.
Less microplastics, please.
I'm a bag person.
Bags are great.
Yeah.
HortitechDirect.com, the best greenhouses in the market today.
If you are in the market for a greenhouse, contact these guys. Help us out. Get some fucking sales done.
Yeah,
we
come
may
on.
think we're lame and we
Help
can't
us
make
out.
sales because
Don't you want to become a cult leader?
Our people
Don't you want to be?
But you can be really expensive, and it's like, dude, if you're buying a greenhouse, check them out.
We're just saying, is there
not only will
somebody
they
in the
be
cult?
probably cheaper, but they'll also have a greenhouse exactly for your wherever the fuck you are. If you're in the coldest place in America, like our guys up in North Dakota, or if you're in the hot fucking wet place like Florida, they don't need the same greenhouse. You need totally different packages, and they have different ones for different regions. So check them out.
And if the only reason you haven't bought one yet is because it doesn't have an Adam Dunn Show logo on it, we'll
We'll
make
get
sure
that.
that's
That can
included in the
happen.
purchase.
That can happen.
Don't you sweat that for a second. In fact, we'll throw that in.
Yeah.
See, now back in the day, you'd look at those prices and you'd just be like,
Back in the day.
you'd go, okay, 20,000. That's 20 pounds. That's like 20. That's 10. Okay,
Yeah,
I
I'll
can do
take
that.
two.
I could do that in one cycle.
Yeah.
And then nowadays, you're like, oh my god, that would take me like years to pay that off.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't, because you're going to use this product and you're going to get everything safe, fresh, grown almost like it's indoor. HortitechDirect.com. Turpwipes.com/Dunn
If
deal.
you were watching the show earlier, you saw the panic in Dave's eyes when he asked for Turp Wipe, and it wasn't. I had none available. Actually, on the way up here, Nick, you got a Turp Wipe? He's like, yeah, I got one. So he got the one that
You
was
got the
out
last
here.
one?
And then I even thought, like, well, luckily we have a big. See, my brain was based on the fact I knew that we're going to be here. I was not scared because I knew. It's like if you have, it's like if you go home
crashed
and
again.
you have no toilet paper, right? What are you going to do?
So we're going to put this out. This is an all. Hold on, hold on.
When you run out of these,
Let's
run out of
pause for a
these,
second. We
same
need
as
to put
toilet
out
paper.
an all call to any listener who is listening this late in the show to our ads.
Oh shit!
We need a fucking computer.
What?
Okay.
It's going down in the tubes.
Is Vinny's computer keeps crashing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We need a computer. Come on.
Grovel and Dave.
Help us out.
It's the grovel of the day.
It's for the show. What is it? Is it a Mac? It has to be a
I
Mac.
don't know. It does not
does
want
not.
to be a Mac anymore.
No, we need a computer.
We're over it. We're
Help
over
us
it.
out,
Probably just
please.
another MSI.
PC would be
Yeah.
great. Something. In fact, we'll give you
tower.
a shout out every day on the show.
Oh, forever for the rest of your life.
Numbnutsco.com. Done deal at checkout. 20% off all of
Just take
their.
an old swaggy computer.
Yeah, you know, but it does get a hold of marker eye.
Yeah, there you go.
Numbnutsco.com. Done deal at checkout. 20% off.
What we need is one of those rugged ones, those fucking thick.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like they can just throw
A
it
rugged
in.
turp
Military
wipe?
grade is.
Oh, those are
Yeah, rugged
those are
computer.
money.
No, they're not.
Oh,
My son is a
I mean, maybe there are people that come down to the studio all the time.
oh, the tank
Yeah.
case.
Yeah, no, the whole thing. That's how much you can get one.
Numbnutsco.com.
$325.
Cool.
If you have been high as long as I have,
JeromeBakerGlass.com.
Dude, even the noobs know about Jerome Baker, right?
Yes, that is a name I know. I have heard it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you graduated from a
I
graphics
have smoked enough weed. I've
or
heard
a
of Jerome Baker.
zong,
So
There we
somebody
go.
you were at a house and somebody was like, dude, that's a Jerome Baker. And you're
Yeah,
like, what is
yeah,
that?
I
And you-
fucking heard that.
well, there was people
yeah,
that
a few
had
times.
they had
Okay.
graphics,
Oh, did you break
They
one
had
and somebody?
Zong.
Did you break one and somebody
and then there
screamed
was
at you? and said
Jerome
it was-
Baker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Zongs were like
It
always
was
dirty.
just well, it was always the bendy, can't clean it.
Right,
all-
exactly.
Terrible. Looked good.
Can't
Terrible
clean it.
For the
function.
first day, yeah,
Can't
looked good
clean
for
it.
one day,
Terrible
yeah.
function.
Like you
Never
could
clean
clean the top, but you couldn't clean the bottom. So it always have a dirty spot.
How do you
Ew.
shake that to get
Yeah.
it everywhere? You had to do it in like Z formation, upside down, rotating.
You have to get onto one of those Orbitron things.
JeromeBakerGlass.com. If you're in Las Vegas, stop by the Dream Factory on First. Hit them up. Tell them
That
you
sounds
heard
like a
about it
fun
here.
Vegas
And
activity.
shout
It
out
is.
to them
Yeah.
for hooking us up with 420 promos. I should actually get that link.
I can't
All right.
look it up.
Are you going to read the From the Heart tonight, Vinny?
From the Heart.
You got to read like it's like I can see your last like you've never read before.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Buy 2 clones, get 2 free. Breather of the month is Goat and Monkey. Breather of the month. Goat and Monkey seeds.
It makes everybody. It's like a
Flavor of
virus.
the month. Great. He's got. What did he have? His new.
We're losing it. You got to stay on track.
What's his, hold on. No thanks. Save money. We got, what's his name down here? We got Beanie. Beanie.
Would you let him
customer
read the
service,
ad?
bro. Beanie customer service on the new.
That's right.
feature
It's
now.
Ask him,
AI.
ask him the same question as we asked last week and see if he's updated it because he said.
What did we ask? Is Mark
Who
an
is-
AI also?
Who is Adam Dunn? Remember? And
Oh,
he
right.
Didn't know. I was like, oh my god.
That's why you
Well,
have
he
to
just
inject
did this
yourself
big
into
thing
it.
about how you could type it in there and all the breeders are in there. And
Right.
Like, Adam, you're going to have this big page. And so I
Do
typed
nothing.
in.
Who is Adam Dunn? And it said a
Dunn?
baseball player.
Yeah.
No, it was, he gave out 2 strains.
Adam Dunn's a well-known baseball player.
Let's see.
Line
Maybe I
drafter,
should go
right?
with who is Adam Dunn from THC.
No. Let's see.
Hey.
Damn.
I want to know
Stop
what it says.
cheating.
I do not claim as a part of Adam gave a review to Gelato.
Yeah, this is it wrong. Gelati, what did it say? Gelati OG or some bullshit.
Yeah.
See, Beanie, I'm going to fuck you up.
Turn Gronk on it.
I got to get
Get
Gronk.
Gronk on it.
Gronk.
Get Gronk on it.
Yeah, Gronk versus Beanie. It's coming out.
Gronk Beanie.
Yeah.
Gronk beat Beanie now.
Actually, how
Gronk.
Beanie is powered by, he lives in Mexico.
Now
So
what's
what he
it
does,
saying?
he has some people ride
What are these
bicycles.
names?
Oh, there it goes.
Where did
Now
this
it
No.
knows what's up. What? No.
Mention
Kind of does. It says THCs and then. But you know what
However,
happens?
the mention of Adam is a review for Gelato Face Off OG strain.
No.
Adam Dunn or any.
Nobody like that.
No, but no further details about Adam Dunn or Breeder are the exact same.
Our.
If you want to do external
Actually,
research,
if you ask, you can ask almost any AI that, and it will come up with a better answer. Usually,
I know. Yeah, it
Come
says
on,
the cornucopia of cannabis.
it's got to say
Yeah.
cornucopia of cannabis, or else it doesn't know.
It
who
doesn't
I am.
know shit.
cornucopia of cannabis?
Cornucopia of
Gronk
Knowledge.
wins.
Yeah,
Where-
knowledge.
we-
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
They have
cool.
to throw the knowledge at the end.
Yeah,
We
knowledge.
were up for an MJ, fuckers.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was never real.
MJ fuckers.
We were up
Hey,
for it. What are you talking
This is why
about?
we're never going to get an MJ because of you and your bad attitude, Dave.
Oh, right.
There
My
we
bad.
go.
We were just about to get one. They were just, putting in the final
New
touches.
list.
They're peeling. They're like, hold on. Get that fucking get
Yeah.
it off of there.
Yeah, Dave will never win.
Yeah, never. He talks
He
bad
got a
about us.
compliment today.
He would have
He got-
smoked.
Yeah.
You better enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy that compliment.
Hey, the future of clones is
Passionate.
iwantclones.com. iwantclones.com. Seedsherenow.com. Done
What?
deal at checkout. You remember what he said last week? 20% off.
Again?
Yep, that's what he said.
How much?
Seedsherenow.com. 20% off when you use
20%.
Done deal.
20%.
Yeah, 20%.
One more time. Say it 5 times and everyone
Yeah.
will remember
20%,
forever.
It's funny how I do
20%.
that, right?
Repeat.
Yeah,
That would be
repeat.
60.
Patterns are fun.
And then what we need you to do is after you've got some seeds, you need to head over to adamdunshow.com and you need to join the fucking cult. Okay? Then the way you join the cult is you buy one of
I
the
feel bad
baseball
because I forgot to
jackets.
put it on the package. I have your
What?
package, Bry guy.
Oh shit!
It's because the thing is I kept because I feel guilty, so I'm always like, oh, I got to put more stuff in there.
I want
it's
clones.
It's pretty packed.
No, let's get
Yeah, he's
to
gonna be stoked.
adamdunshow.com.
Sorry, Bry guy, it's coming. But it's and I also wanted to find Toker Pokers because after talking about him last week, I was like, you gotta have that. That's like
I'll
cult.
call him.
That's cult status shit.
adamdunshow.com.
So I had to find one of
Cult
those.
jacket. It's coming. It
There you
exists.
go.
There we go.
Peace.
Dun,
It
dun, dun, dun,
exists.
dun, dun.
All the way down the
Cornucopia.
show.
Cornucopia of cannabis knowledge.
Of
Yeah.
That only
cannabis
shows up
knowledge.
in the Google search, though, because when you click on the page, you never get to see it again.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like
Watch.
that.
Funny.
Well, you know, there's a
Watch.
thing that called like we can do the back end.
Right,
and we
right,
can
right here.
Yeah.
Change it.
See,
and update
right
it,
here?
Yeah, Stacy's
Which
This
might be
says-
happening soon. There it
this-
is.
I mean, you're
This
talking
link
my
says
language
it.
here.
There you
yeah.
go. That's what you want. Cornucopia of cannabis.
So if you look
right
it
above
up,
the
There we go.
Instagram.
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
You have to-
Knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what it says.
I know, but
It's
You're
just-
trying to
it's-
Freudian slip me.
it's
and it's
just
CCK,
having
which is
fun.
the Cold Creek Kush. Subliminal.
Subliminal.
I always have to write that tag all the time. CCK.
Swing.
CCK.
And then, Vinny, how do they join the cult?
Oh, they got to go straight to the.
Yeah, how
top.
do you do that?
Don't you want to become a cult leader? Don't you want?
We have a new one too, and I don't know who it is yet.
What does that sound like?
We have an unknown cult member?
Yeah, new freshie.
Oh,
They'll have
shit.
to show themselves.
Show yourselves. Make yourself aware,
There you go.
cult member.
There it is.
That was almost there. You
it
went
is.
real fast.
He goes quick. You have to be fast.
I was scrolling.
Scoliosis.
So that is called the Adam Dunn Show jacket, affectionately known as entry into the cult.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really
First level cult.
You
First
buy.
level cult. It's a long.
That's how you do
it's a
that.
giant-
I have to buy that, and then I can become a cult member.
Pretty much to be official. Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
Vinny's got one. So.
Official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave's
and
never gonna get
what
one.
kind of
No,
rooms would I
definitely
be
not.
able to get in with that?
Nothing.
jacket?
You get a pack of seeds.
I get a packet-
actually,
You get to look really cool at all the conventions.
No, there's a lot of a lot of times there's
Look cool
super.
at the convention.
A lot of times there is unknown benefits when it comes to wearing my clothes because I've had it. The very first item we ever made.
You know, you keep saying that.
Cannabis in Amsterdam T-shirts.
CIA.
Right? I only made like 50 of them, maybe 100 total. Because the very first ones, right? And so it's a CIA logo with just basically
a DIC.
CIA.
Oh, okay.
And it has, but it has a joint hanging out the mouth of the eagle, right? So that was pretty much our first.
That was the dead giveaway.
That was our first item. So guy bought it, and he went to see the Rolling Stones, right? And the guy who runs the stage unit is a friend of my mom's, and he was standing there and he's looking. He goes, "Dude, does that guy's shirt say that's my friend's kids?" Like he had been to my spot, so he knew he recognized it. So he goes, "Go to that guy and tell him to come, bring him backstage." So this guy's standing in the fucking. Because the guy came and told me this later. He's like, "Dude, I was crazy. I was wearing your shirt, and I was standing there, and all of a sudden these security guards were like, 'Hey, you, come here, follow us.' And I got all nervous because I was smoking weed. Because the guy basically knew he had weed, so it was like that guy's gonna have weed because he knows Adam.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he was bringing
Well,
him backstage to
like,
get
hey,
some
friend.
weed. So the security guard scared the fuck out of him. And then, like, when he got backstage, the first thing the guy asked him, "Hey, you got any weed?" And he's like, "I got a little paranoid. I didn't know if I was getting set up." He's like, "Yeah, I got some weed." And then it was like kind of the perfect
I
moment.
know your cult leader's mom, man.
So that was the first shirt I ever made, and it worked right out of the gate. So that you know.
It did? Okay,
So-
I might have
so-
to try
and-
this. Maybe at a Red Rock show.
Well, let me just explain too. If you buy that cult jacket for
If I buy it-
$59,
Well, this is like
get a
one-
pack of seeds, man.
You get a
I
pack-
just became
Well, you don't get it in it because
a
they're sending it
Patreon
from-
member.
You'll get a pack of seeds sent to you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Possibly.
That's
And a whole bunch of stuff
Allegedly.
from who? Who was
Yeah.
James Loud, right?
Oh yeah, we have to get him on board too.
Yeah. He has got packs.
No, we have to clip. So this is here, perfect job for the Ute.
Yeah.
Clip that part of the show where he promised.
Exactly.
He promised us seeds to our winner.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we need that
Oh, man.
as video evidence as
Okay.
when we.
Hi, may I speak to James? This is Stacy from the Adam Dunn Show.
Yeah, we have-
I have to check on the seeds. You said you owned
Status-
19 packs
19 packs.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
and a jar of rosin.
For Dave.
And a jar of
For
rosin.
Dave, large.
Yeah.
Large.
Yeah, extra large. for
Extra large. Super
Extra
size rosin.
large, super sized rosin.
Look,
got
great
it.
moments
There
in
we
weed
go.
history just popped up. Great moments in weed history. Oh, look at that old fucking.
That's got J-Lo in it with us.
Oh, and I did go through some of the Mary and I kind of clipped through it a little bit.
All
I'm
right.
going to watch the full screen, but we're going to have a screening because
Yes, please.
Max is in there. We got
Live stream it.
D Money. We got Sam. We got kind of everybody in there.
I'm pretty sure we know a couple of the producers.
Maybe.
You have to sign
do.
in.
What?
What
What's going on?
Oh, you got to be 21.
Oh yeah, it's explicit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I talked a lot of shit.
Hey, join us on Patreon afterwards. $5 per episode.
Go to this episode though
Yeah.
if you got some time.
$5.
Says right there, Adam Dunn for
I am going to
driving
go
us.
to
Oh,
this
there
episode
it is.
tonight after everything is done.
Goes on and on.
There
Check
we
out
go.
Adam's podcast.
It's funny because they give the
I just want
on-
to be prepared.
you get the transcript right away, so you're like,
wow.
it comes like just like, wow, this is interesting.
Look what I said.
Look at all the words I said.
Hey, so everybody,
Like, look what I did.
we're going to show some love to the Dude Grows Cup. You want to grab your ticket right now, okay? It's the weekend of the 7th and 8th, right?
That's
the
right.
6th and 7th, 7th and 8th.
No, we're the 6th. Show's on the 6th. Oh, guess what? Speaking of which.
Yes.
Guess who's coming
12.
to town? Guess who's coming to town? Coming on the show on the 6th. He'll be here on the 6th.
Ooh,
Actually, we won't even
the
have
kid.
We won't have to change this type of tabletop at all. We can get it right in there. That's my big hint.
I don't know.
You guys are really stupid. Is Seed's here now? We'll be here.
Oh, James Beaner
in the house because I convinced him to come because he was like, I don't know. I was like, dude, you gotta come because he also sponsors their show.
Was
anyway.
I
So
supposed
for
to
him,
be
he's just
able to get that?
what do you not? They
Yeah,
have.
okay,
They
there,
have.
thank
They're.
you.
You're not. You're excused.
You're excused.
Thank
You're
God.
Too
take the day
young
off.
to understand.
I'm
You're too
so glad,
young.
yeah.
You're too young, and you didn't ever look at the front.
Wait,
I
hold
know,
on.
it's-
Ultimate right now. The drop Vinny just played.
Yeah.
What arcade game is that from?
Mario.
No.
Ah! Get out! Get out!
It's from something.
Totally from something.
When I
Is it on
live in
all
a
of the
world
series, or is it
that
just the
is
original one?
all,
Is it on
like,
the?
I think
Is
it's
it
on
on
all
Miss?
of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Miss.
yeah, it's on all of them.
Okay.
It's content overload.
It's on
How the
Miss.
fuck
Hey.
am I supposed to remember all this shit?
It's on both
Not everyone can be
original
as
and
close as you
Miss.
guys,
It's on
okay?
original and Miss.
Okay, fine.
So what is it?
Original Miss.
Original, and it's also on Miss. What
I
video
Has
don't know.
to do with
What
something
video?
circular.
I drank the syrup
video
and
game?
my brain is starting to.
Oh yeah, she was chugging the syrup earlier.
I
man.
didn't chug it.
She's
I
having
just
the syrup.
had a sip.
Oh yeah,
You
right.
have you have Ed Rush's mix of it, or? It's a lot of
I'm
work.
sorry. I'm just. You know what? You're just, can you just
Oh,
give
yeah,
the dog a bone? Like, why do people?
Well, I said that I gave you so many hints.
I know, and my brain is just not there. I really have to pee.
You gotta go away.
involves
Oh yeah,
eating.
you gotta go a little bit further though. You're gonna get hit.
It involves
We're gonna get hit.
eating.
We're gonna get hit.
Eating.
We're gonna get hit. We're gonna get hit.
Stop, Vinny.
Go.
Stop. Blah, 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 blah,
You
blah.
guys are.
This game. Ready? No, it's not there yet. It still comes up.
We're gonna get.
I'm
See,
so
nobody's gonna hear
sorry.
this.
We're gonna get in
This
trouble.
radio gold.
I don't know.
We ain't
This
getting in
memory's
trouble
not
from Ed
unlocking
Rush.
right now, and
Yes,
I
we get in
can't
trouble
get
from
it.
Suge Knight every
But the
week. So it's way smaller than.
I know that sound. I just don't know where to place it.
That means you don't know.
You expect too much of me right now.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right,
stop by
tell her-
Patreon.
Tell her what it is.
Yeah, just
Hold
tell
on.
me what it is.
One more time. Vinny's gonna go for one
Go.
more.
Play it
yeah,
one more
put it
time.
on the screen. We can just.
Duck Hunt?
Pac-Man.
Duck Hunt?
Pac-Man, come on.
That does sound like Duck Hunt, though, right?
Duck Hunt. Who the
No,
hell
it
plays
sounds
Duck
nothing
Hunt?
like Duck Hunt.
Yeah, play it. Play Duck Hunt.
No,
Duck
he's
Hunt.
not
Yeah.
Shitty Jamie.
No.
He
Play
can't
Duck Hunt
bring it up.
now.
Yeah, play Duck Hunt.
No.
You say that real fast.
Play
Hey,
Duck
shout
Hunt.
out to the Maps
Say it
conference.
3
coming
times.
up.
Say it 5 times real fast.
Well, now I'm getting really
Duck
high,
Hunt?
and I drink the syrup, so now
Duck
I'm gonna
Hunt.
get a little
Duck
bit more.
Hunt.
Duck
Duck Hunt.
Hunt.
Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt.
Cunt.
What?
Oh my God.
I was
my
saying
God.
Duck Hunt.
We're getting banned.
Whoa.
We are going down. in
Sorry.
flames. Thank you.
I
Ute.
said the C word.
You've created a nightmare, Katie.
It's
I
it.
don't know. I just kind of like breaking rules.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Good to know.
Good to know on this show because we're
Yeah.
very
Good to
into
know.
rules. We like to follow all the rules.
I know you like to follow rules.
And,
That's
and
why
now
I like to come
we have
here.
to maybe do the whole show over again because you said that. You said the C word.
Well, it does. It's okay.
said-
All of
I
this will be
said
taken out
sorry.
in
I said
edit
the
and
C.
post.
Oh yeah, because we do editing a lot of that.
What?
Yeah.
All of this will be taken out when we edit and post.
Great.
Yeah.
Or
Just
just
like
don't
10 different versions
and not
of,
give
of,
a fuck
of,
and
of
just
it.
say.
This is more.
Here you go. This is your. This is Pac-Man, right?
No, that's Duck
was-
Hunt.
That's Duck Hunt.
Is
Yeah,
that
this is-
Lola?
Yeah, those were all bad.
All right.
Lolo.
All right, guys.
See you next week.
Okay, bye.
She can get to smoke her tobacco.
Yes.
Not in here.
Go outside.
I have to use the restroom
Wait
though.
a second.
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
what's going down?
Oh, he's got to play over it.
Oh shit, here we go.
Okay.
Talk about getting hit.
Landlady's like, Patreon is starting later and fucking
Yeah.
later. I got
Oh,
things to do.
I got things
I'm
to
wearing a
do.
tie-dye dress.
Come on, I got
look
places-
Yeah.
cute.
You look so cute.
Why am I not on camera?
What is going on?
Yeah. You look very bright. In this sea of black right now. Yeah.
We're like a black metal band. We're like a black metal
the
band.
focal point.
Here goes. See you guys
Yeah.
next Patreon.
Bye.
See you
It's
over
color
there.
here. It just is.
See you on the Patreon.
Magnetic.
United States is a communication to the children to take a trip to